Hey everybody, this is Chanchai. In the background, you can hear the Latin America Virtua Fighter tournament that's going on. Defensores Virtuoso number 10, hosted by Soy Kai. This is the South American Open Series, and I am going to be one of the secret bosses. So I'm going to be today's secret boss. And so right now they are having the grand finals between REVO Morales, who's playing Taka, and he's coming from the losers bracket, and Laufares, who plays Aoi, and has consistently been probably the strongest of the South American players. And right now their score is 1-1 in the grand finals first set. So again, REVO Morales has to reset if he wants the chance to win this all. These two did fight in the winners final, so this is a pretty exciting battle, and it was pretty close. That one I think was 3-2. So now Laufares is defending their winner position, and again it's 1-1 right now, and REVO Morales has taken the first round of game 3. So in the background you can hear Soy Kai's commentary. The sound comes out very clear in the mic, so you might hear it stronger than even my voice speaking into the mic. But anyways, I'm just waiting on standby, and I will join them as soon as after this battle's over. I'll be the secret boss. It'll be a lot of fun, and then I'll join them on voice chat. We'll see how it goes. I have never fought Laufares before. Very strong Aoi. Would not surprise me if I lost. Right now, Aoi is very strong in the game, and I've been doing great against all the Aoi players, but I haven't really been keeping up with what has made her so extremely strong in REVO. So we'll see what happens. But Laufares is a very, very strong player, and so not sure how it will go, but it should be a lot of fun. But I haven't been able to play it all today. I just got home from taking my daughter out with her friends all day, and I barely made it back in time, but it should be a lot of fun. It should be lots and lots of fun. So yeah. So again, should be a real fun time. We'll join the voice chat when we can, and it's a wonderful group. So you'll just see the mouse kind of flying by here as I record this, but we'll just be ready for when the match begins. It is 2-2 there in round 5 of game 3. Pretty exciting stuff. The Steam ID for REVO Morales is actually El Boliviano. I'll definitely need to change my settings to 4 or 5. Probably, maybe have to be 5. I'm gonna ask him though. They would like me to use 5, so I'm going to set it to 5 right now. We're going to have VF5REVO on while we wait. Yeah, we're on 5. So Laufares took game 3. And so now they're fighting game 4. If Laufares wins this game, and they took the first round, if Laufares wins this game, they will win it all. Soy Okai is an enthusiastic Tekken player, but they have fallen in love with Virtua Fighter. They feel very busy in their life, but they've been excited. They've been fighting pretty awesome. But in this tournament, they're going to take third place. They play Kage. But the Taka matchup is definitely frustrating for them. And of course, Aoi also can be quite frustrating, but Laufares is just incredibly strong. Alright, Laufares takes it. So we are going to... Okay. So as soon as they let us know what room to join, we'll join the room. Okay.
Hay secret boss, señora. Obviamente feliciten a Laufares, que es el campeón. Clap, 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 clap.
Alright, we're ready to go. Alright, here we go. Let's do it. This should be so much fun. Yeah. Alright, we'll see how this goes. We've got a red bar. We'll make sure he's got delay setting 5. And we'll jump in when they say okay. Alright, wish me luck. It's gonna be a lot of fun though. We're gonna get used to the rollback. It might be rough, but it's gonna be very, very fun. I have no idea what to expect with the Aoi. Okay, so we do have an interesting connection. Okay. Very good. We're not going to be able to react to rising attacks on this connection, and that is okay. But it is going to be, there's going to be some heavy guessing going on. There we go. So we did the dangerous thing, and that's okay. I just want to have a lot of fun and see what he's going to do. I want to see what he will do. Alright, so they went with down forward. I think they can break that.
Otro básico más que se lleva la Chanchai. Yo le dije que esto no es poca más. Yo traje un secret boss de verdad. Hoy traje un secret boss. Traje un secret boss super secreto. Ahora tenemos que todas esas semanas.
Round one.
Muchas ganas de traer
Ready, go!
nosotros. Lo cual me honra porque es un comentario. Pero de manera nuestra hermosa comunidad. Qué buen par, qué bueno.
Knockout!
Si caía el golpeador, un par de cine. Aniquilando a Chanchai.
Ready, go!
Yo le dije, bueno, jalo de pony, pegale, bien pegado. No, otro más. Porque el sonido de Chanchai sabe que te machaca. Ay, ¿qué hay? Backdash.
Ready,
Está marcando un poco. Demasiado poderoso.
Very nice, very nice. Alright, so now he's gonna start exercising on his reads, and I like this very much. I've been wondering what he will do.
round four. Ready, go!
I like it very much. I like this. So I like the way he's now initiating offense, so I wanted to see what he would do. That said, it is hard to react on this connection, so we will see.
Ready, go!
Ganó Castel, Laufares Aoi, la doble patada voladora. ¿Veis? Que le pega igual, el doble combo y saca combo y se lleva otro.
What a knucklehead!
Porque igual Laufares se está plantando bien, pero lo veo complicado en todo. Lo veo muy cuesta arriba. Es un matchup bastante jodido para.
Laufares is very, very good though. Very good. He's just gaining experience against Leon.
Ready, go!
Cada uno también tiene buenos celulares. Gran parte del jugador se ve muy nerfeado.
Ring out!
El problema es que Leon le ayuda a la comisión, pero también lo ayuda a la comisión.
Round two.
Tiene todo en contra.
Ready, go!
Sienta que si pierde, bueno, puede hacer tiene todo en contra. Si gana,
Knockout! Round three. Ready, go!
Good.
está diciendo que los pares killer es capaz.
Very good.
Knockout!
He's got this down. It's hard to know which option he did until it's a little late because of the little skip there, but it's all good.
Ready, go!
Lo pea, no lo deja jugar. A ver si saca. Lindo.
Knockout!
Muy bien, Chanchai. Aniquilando por completo a nuestro campeón.
What a knucklehead!
Again, each game progressively getting better and better with him is really good. But he's starting to see more and more about he only has like one Leon opponent in their region though, so he needs more experience.
Go!
Almost. We skipped the... I think we correct... No, that was the wrong one. Very good. Very good. We're gonna use low kick, but it was good that he uses 4K. We know that 4K is something he might use under this pressure.
Ready, go!
Good. Very beautiful. I thought I escaped this, but it must have fit neutral. I went with forward, and that is a forward throw. But I really thought I escaped forward here.
Ready, go!
That's it, ring out. That was really good. That was an excellent game. Very good. So now he's getting more confidence, and this is good. This is how you play a first to 5. And again, it's a little harder. Like, we're gonna react a little slow, not because the game is fast, right? But when you have the rollbacks, some things are a little uncertain, so you kind of commit, and it's okay. But sometimes the option select would be a little better to do because of that too.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Yeah. Very good.
Knockout!
Qué complicado igual, porque parto yo la vez que jugué con Chanchai.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Me fue mejor contra Jima
I guess it's back. I thought this was forward throw.
y es re diabólico. No sé si se tanto el match, un poco el match, creo yo.
Can't get a backdash in time. This is what's good though. Aoi can stick close. That move, you're still really close. It didn't push.
Ready, go! Knockout!
He's not used. The lows are hard for him on the rollback though.
Round 4. Ready, go!
Oh, that was beautiful. Beautiful. That was so good. This was really, really good. He just committed to it, and that was superb.
Ready, go!
That's beautiful spacing. And this is what happens if you crouch. I'm having trouble with hitting forward. I screwed up inputs 5 times, and that's okay. That's on me. It's the stick build that I've been building. It does weird things under pressure, where it'll go the opposite direction, so it seems like deflection. But he's playing amazing. Like I said, this is a wonderful battle, and he's doing so good. And this is the power of Aoi. But I need to execute a little tighter. It's really fun, and it's good because I need this experience too.
Round 1. Ready, go!
I hate that. I hate the rollback. Looks like you actually got the hit. You don't. Okay. Very good. He got me. Very good. This is beautiful. He doesn't do lows much, so he targets them really well. Now we're gonna fight.
Ready, go!
Don't screw up the inputs. We're still screwing up some inputs, but that's okay.
Ready, go!
Alright, he went down back. I hate the rollbacks. I'm reacting to the rollbacks. Okay. This one not guaranteed. You can't 6 PP this, so this is... Maybe you can. But this is really hard to react to these rollbacks.
Ready, go!
Gotta like, you can't, it's kinda hit.
See? I thought I'm better.
Bueno, está ahí, tiene la última pelea. Tuvo nada de empatarlo a Laufares, pero está primando la experiencia.
Ready, go! Knockout!
That was weird. I don't know if that was a rollback that happened here, but it was good. It's just, I mean, the end result is still the same, but it was hard.
Ready, go!
Increíble las manos Chanchai en estos momentos. ¿Lo vas a sacar? No se muere más Chanchai, boludo.
It's just, I tried to elbow, but I jabbed. It's hard. It's like you if you miss input, you get a jab. That's my fault.
Está Pokémon.
Very good. It's really hard though. These are going to be really difficult. Cannot react to it though. It sucks. This is hard. This makes the hands hesitate like way too much. It's like you're like not sure now, but it's okay. You have to commit. But it's gonna be so reckless. But Aoi, it's a little frustrating because it's the difference between doing an evade and doing an attack, or doing a guard and doing an attack, or doing a crouch dash. But if you crouch dash too much, like she's gonna out-hit you.
Ready, go!
Hard to do the out-poking game with if you're not sure if you're gonna hit or not. Well, even when you see it, you're just like, I can't hit. I mean, you should do option select. And I think you kind of have to.
Ready, go! My time is here! Knockout!
Especialmente combinando contra
Ready, go!
es básicamente una situación como
It's back throw.
Knockout!
Throw para atrás, Abare, Mine, no hay ningún sentido. Chanchai
Ready,
se
go!
Pero la Abare matar este set. Se puede ir a la otra pelotita. Habla. Viene el último Laufares. Chanchai también. El último tirito, papá. Esto se está pidiendo muy bien.
Round one. Ready, go!
Very good. I thought I did that. Good battles.
pueden
It's so much fun.
Bueno, imagínense, ¿sabes qué pasó, amigo? Se me desconectó el joystick en la última pelea por movilidad, no sé qué voy a hacer. No, ganate.
Oh wait, I cannot do it here.
Lo hizo.
Alright, hello, can you hear me okay? Hey, can you hear me alright?
Saludalo por
Well, hey, that was a wonderful battle. I had a wonderful time.
Oh, thank you for coming, Chanchai. That was the most exciting games I have ever.
It's very exciting.
something funny.
What's up?
My controller disconnected due to inactivity during the last fight.
Uh-huh.
So we couldn't watch the fight because the game got frozen.
It's okay. I will upload it.
3 seconds it disconnected.
I will upload it. I will upload it. It was a very exciting battle. So yeah, I recorded it. I want to give good credit to Laufares. I know he's very strong, and so I've been excited about this fight as well. And so you know, I think I know you're gonna be very strong. I know that if we play like long set, you will kind of learn. You will get used to some things about the Leon mashup, and I think it'll be really good. So I thought we played wonderful. I enjoyed the way we both fought. I think both of us have to manage the rollback. It makes it very hard to hit confirm, but now it does make me think there's a technique that I can do, but I don't use it much. And now that I have this experience, like, you know, with rollback we can play fast, right? But the hard part is when it comes to Aoi. Like in other matchups, not as big of a deal for me, but in this matchup, you have to confirm so many things, so like a lot. When Laufares gets even stronger as an Aoi player, he will have to confirm like sweep, because that is probably the most complicated game in Aoi's move list. But he played the really good fast poke, and it's, again, I give him amazing credit because he's an amazing player. I think Latin America has to be incredibly proud of, especially this top 3 is all very strong players. But all of Latin America has really good VF, and you have Jimi Claymore also, you know, who is one of the best players in North or South America, you know. But for Laufares, so the technique that I feel like, the thing that it make me go, I need to add this to my technique that I have to regularly do in a situation like this, is I have to use attack option select more. I don't really use it normally. Normally I just confirm, I see what's gonna happen, I see if I'm gonna get a hit. But the hardest thing to confirm is the normal hit or guard, right? And when you play rollback, sometimes it's like, oh, it was a normal hit, I go ahead and attack, and then you're like, no, it was not. You know, it's like, mostly if they evade. Usually evade normal hit will look like is the one that get affected by rollback. It's not take away anything from Laufares, it's just more of like, oh, now I want to train more with Laufares, but also I need to keep practicing, like, to use it smart though. Use attack option select in a smart way, not just do it, but like, okay, just in case, so that if it was a hit, it will do the correct thing, and if it was not a hit, I can just go defend. You know, that's what the power of attack options like this. But when you play these tight games with Aoi and Leon and Aoi against each other, and you have to make sure you don't do the wrong thing on the guard or on evade, then but actually on evade the attack option select will still lose. So it's maybe it's just my feelings. You know. But
I mean, for example, 2P throw, for example, is one example.
Yeah, so the option select is if you choose like 2P is the easiest one. So if you have a timing, you go like 2P throw. 2P throw, it's like that timing. If you input it like this, not too fast, not too slow, then if the 2P hit, you will throw. If the 2P whiff, you will throw too. But if the 2P gets blocked, you will not throw. So if he blocked, then you will not do the throw automatically. Or 2P uppercut.
a normal hit, you will get fuzzy that.
Yeah, so the good thing is, well, with the 2P, it's yeah, you can fuzzy, but this is more of, I want to, normally I will do the fuzzy because I want to, 2P heat block, I just have a habit of input fuzzy there anyway. It's not necessary with low punch, but I input the fuzzy guard as a habit because it's like, well, it's good to always crouch dash when you need to, you know? But the problem is, this is about, okay, because I know it's gonna get blocked, right? That I do the fuzzy guard.
Yeah.
But when we are playing connection like this connection was very good. So even though it's red bar, even though it's 220 millisecond, actually it feels very good. Like, we are playing really good VF, but this feeling like, you know, like maybe I should use the option select because if I get the hit or if he evade, yeah, I will play into it. But at least if he guard, it's not gonna do it, you know. Because instead, when I don't play with the option select, it's like I start to kind of go, oh, I feel like I'm gambling on the 2P, you know. And I thought I hit it, but I'm not sure. But that's okay because Laufares play very good VF, amazing VF. So your Aoi is, I like the use of 4-3P very much because it's like, this is good and he's stubborn in the right way. If the opponent keep running into it, he's gonna keep doing it. It's very, you have to do this because you can condition opponent. And Laufares actually conditioned me. Yeah, so it's really good, but it's, well, it's, you know, it can be dealt with kind of, but it does make the, it does make this tight fighting against Aoi, it makes it hard to crush, which is what's good about it, right? It's like, you cannot crush me. You need to just properly flow. But then when you properly flow with Aoi, that play into her defense. So I think it's wonderful use. I think the adjustments you made, and I said on my commentary, I'm like, he's going to make these adjustments, and I'll try to play around them. And as the set went deeper, your sense of the spacing got much better. And for me, I still think I did a lot of things, but I think I also, you know, a little like nervous or like kind of. I'm the one who is like not managing my tilt that well, but at the same time I think we still had really exciting battles and fight it out, you know. And I really like it because I like your Aoi very much, and I think you're an amazing player. So I think Latin America is already very strong, but you know, it's definitely getting stronger and stronger, and you can feel that momentum. And I'm happy to train and fight with you guys more when I have time, because I think it's a lot of fun. But so I want to give all the credit to your play, but I also just like, yeah, this is interesting, like how are we going, like what will I do when I fight like this kind of connection, but I'm not blaming the connection. I've always had the philosophy that you manage it, right? And so for me, my way of managing is, okay, I will have to make smart use of option select a little bit just to make it more manageable. But you won the mind games today. You turn it around. When you were, the amazing thing is you have a killer instinct, and you have when somebody is close to putting you down, it's not just a patience. You have a patience, but you had a really good critical judgment in the moment, like, and you know that, okay, this person going for me, or this person is too greedy. And this is Aoi's strength, right? Aoi's strength is that if the opponent cannot ring her out, they need to just kind of back off, you know, because the risk is very high. It's not in her favor, but she has all the tools to turn it around, to just win right away like that. So if you want to win with ring out from Aoi, you have to win, like you have to completely do it cleanly. Same thing at the wall.
That's the win condition, like you said.
Yeah. So the win condition has to be fully executed, and if it doesn't, and if you don't fully execute it, you either got to be very, very smart, which is hard, or you got to be, or just kind of back off and just reset the fight, you know, and use your life lead as your advantage against her. But and Laufares made all the good judgments. So so I'd like to hear what you think, what you guys think. But I had a really fun battle. So
For me, it was a wonderful time. Laufares did what I couldn't do that time we fought. I really demolished, but I guess it's part of my ninja way.
Yeah.
Way. I'm taking another route to success. That's different.
Yeah.
He puts so much time into this game and studies the game and teaches. So
Yeah.
it makes sense that naturally he's gonna become as strong as you guys are already.
Yeah, well,
So
and
I'm really happy that he actually got your ass today.
yeah, well, he got me. So he
I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I wasn't expecting it. So it actually got me by surprise.
it's very good, and we'll train more. But again, it can very well happen, and at the same time, I could not cruise on any tactic, and a good Aoi is like you cannot cruise on any strategy against her. She has all the tools to reward the read, but she also has tools to kind of control especially now. She has the tools to control it to keep the situation more stable. If they keep doing the same thing, she should win, right? And so now, of course, there's challenges for him on this connection too. So the challenges for him on this connection is that it's really hard to defend low. It's really, really hard to defend low. So when he defend low on 220 millisecond, he have to read it, which is like on PlayStation. If you play on PlayStation, on any connection, if you want to guard low, you have to just read, or you have to really read, or they have to do really slow low. So, but
I never got low. I always use my 9K plus G.
yeah.
But I don't even have good punishment
But
for those, so I just use that.
yeah, well, that is the hard part. No, you're correct though. This is for Kage. Actually, both Leon and Kage are not good at punishing low on block, but they are good at crushing low. So for them, it's about crushing the low. It's like, and Kage has the better.
Read from before, that was always gonna come low.
Yeah, but as long as you read it
from before.
But he can do, like, against Leon, he can do about half life, if he reads the low. And so, and Kage has the better low crush because he can crush super low too. Like the 9K plus G can beat the moves that like duck under mid, So, if Shun tried to do his thing, Kage can actually hit it. Other character is gonna whiff. Even when they block and try to punish the 1 PK, like they're gonna whiff. Kage can still just crush that move, So Kage has to it's like he's gambling really big though, because if they do any high or any mid, he's in trouble. So
yeah, in Jumanji or in 9K plus G.
yeah, but
Throwing a coin up to here
and
decide.
Aoi, she doesn't have great low punish either, but in 2.00, so for the month of December, January, yes, she did, because they made from crouch 3P plus K broken, but they reverted it in 2.01, so they reverted it when REVO come out on retail. And so that her from crouch 3P plus K is a good move, but it's not broken anymore. That move was like the low punish, but also the whiff punish, and it's just too much because it gave her.
That thing did way too much stuff.
It gave her combo. It moved them to the edge of the ring. It ringed them out. It's like, okay, then she just have to learn how to use this move.
It was some sort of press start to win the game.
Yeah, it's that move was too much, but they brought it. They pulled it back, but now everybody know how to use it better, and I think now is a very good move, but not a broken move at all. And Aoi still has to work hard to punish the low, So not like the hardest, but she has to work a little hard. to get a good punish on low. But you know, Kage has to work super hard just to get a mediocre punish, you know. But Leon is just okay. I'll just take what I get, you know. But so you know, Laufares, you are a great VF player, and I hope everybody in Latin America is very proud of you and proud of itself.
We actually dislike him because of him.
Yeah, I know you guys.
We present him as our champion, but we actually.
Well, because everybody want to take him down. Yeah, everyone wants to take him down.
I mean, there's only 2 people who actually took him down in tournament, and I'm one of them.
Yeah.
I got possessed by Jimi.
Yeah.
Yes, or I don't know, pick your favorite guy. I don't know.
In South America, the crown is incredibly heavy, right? So it is the heaviest.
Every time I play against him, everybody's rooting for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like he's the big villain, but he doesn't behave like one.
Yeah.
He actually teaches everybody here how to play the game. So in a sort of way, he's like you, but not like you at the same time. I don't know if that makes any sense.
It makes sense, and I appreciate it.
But also, somebody said on the chat that the secret boss had a secret ending thanks to my controller.
Yeah. So I will upload it.
The post credit scene to.
Yeah. It was exciting, but I mean, the last game might not be the most exciting one, but it's good. It's good. But I think, yeah. I mean, I'll admit I was getting more flustered. You'll hear it when I talk about it. But you also know that I'm not one that yell or anything. I'm just like, that sucked, you know. Or, okay, you know, like for me, it's just more of like, you know, like I'm not inputting this well, so this is gonna be rough. But we're okay, you know.
I need to say some stuff too from the battles and everything. I don't have too much in-depth knowledge of the game as you to talk very specifically of the fights, but I've noticed some stuff you did that I liked really much. I like how you play. Obviously, you're a very strong player. I think everyone knows that. But specifically in these fights, I loved how you understood. I'd like to throw after 4-3P plus K. 4-3P. Sorry. On counter hit, I was looking for the throw after the counter hit of that throw every time, and you managed to Abare a lot of times successfully. I loved that. You managed to understand that I wanted to throw after the counter hit of 4-3P, and you did it really well. You understood too that I was fishing for 3P counter hit. I know you knew. But I couldn't change that like soon enough.
Yeah.
I think after you evaded 3P, after my, for example, PK punish, you should punish sooner.
Yeah.
Because 3P is a move that has a lot of recovery. It doesn't look like, but 3P is a move that has a lot of recovery. So it's better if you're expecting it, not to keep maybe, for example, blocking after my PK punish, to evade the 3P and try to throw me, for example, or try to PK, because that's a good punish for that move.
I agree. Well, I agree that I should do that. I think, actually, like, again, this is not excuse. This is because I agree. But okay, well, on the training part, on my personal training, I do need to get better at seeing the 3P, like when I evade it, and be like, that was the 3P. It was not anything with a follow-up. It was not 6P. So I think right now, I'm not feeling sharp when I evade 3P itself, right? I have a lot of experience fighting Aoi, but before REVO, right? Before REVO. And so before REVO, not many people use 3P much, right? Because 3P got a buff. The buff 3P get, well, in 2.00, 3P is like really strong because you can fuzzy if they block, right? But now it's like Nitaku if you block. But it's still so strong because counter hit guarantee the low throw, right?
You got out of the low,
and so
that was very good.
Yeah. So the thing was that you're guessing on low throw. Like you outguessed me about 2-1 on low throw. So it means you're profiting today. You have the profit because and breaking low throw is not much, right? Breaking low throw is not a profit. but that said, but for every 3 low throws you did, you win 2 of them. That's really huge, right? And maybe 3 out of 4 if I'm being honest. But you're right. I do need to see better when I evade the 3P. So without hesitation, I punish because Leon can really punish that too. Really good.
I think you managed very well to play the low game. Understand of the rounds and with 1K too.
Yeah.
Very strong. I know in this connection is like especially good, but it's really good to play the low game with Leon, especially against Aoi. I know maybe you're expecting some Tenchi, so you are using some lows because of that too.
Oh, because with Aoi you want to condition her with the low, right? You want to get her like obsessed with the low. But I have, this being the first time we ever fought, what I do is I moderate that though for today, right? If we play like regularly, I might go, he's just not doing anything about the low, so I'll keep doing it. But today I'm like, well, okay, we're gonna try a tactic that play a little around him doing that, and then we'll bring it back in. We're gonna moderate this. We're gonna say on the odds, we're gonna put these lows in, but we're not gonna like overdo it. But we're gonna use it when we think it's important, and we're gonna test the opening. But I was also just wanting to see what you will do in the opening, like how you will change your opening pattern, and honestly you did not change it that much, so I was like, okay, but that's not a criticism because it's like it's working on balance, it's working fine. It's like I'm winning the opening more, but that I'm used to winning the opening a lot. It doesn't guarantee you win the round, but it just sets a tone, And so I was like, today, let's be more patient and strategic. Let's try to watch and see how he want to evolve his game, and see if he's going to start doing certain tactics too. And some tactics I saw you do very well, but at the same time, this is the first time we fought. And Virtua Fighter is a game where you don't really know the opponent like that deeply until you play like at least 200 games,
Yeah, you're playing more your game plan than your opponent, I think, at first.
Yeah, so you lead the dance. It's a lot like dancing. So you lead the dance, you feel the partner out, but we're not gonna have like this ridiculous synergy until a little bit later. But actually, we had a lot of synergy today, and the thing was. It's good that you're stubborn too, just like I'm stubborn on the 4-3P, right? That said, you're correct. Like 4-3P, I should be evading that to really, really set up Aoi for very difficult decisions. But, and so that's going to be something I work on. Of course, because you like to throw, me being stubborn with the Abare is why, but this brings up an important point. On the video, I talk about how the thing with 4-3P, when Aoi hits with it, it looks like a move that would push you, but it keeps her close. So because of this is good though, because her reach sucks. So it's like she has to learn how to reach, and one way she learns how to reach is to not push people away, right? Unless she want to. And so 4-3P is like Lao's 1P. When it hits the opponent, you can throw right away, and they will have no clue. It's really fast, which is why it's one of your preferred tactics, right? It's because
+9.
It's like
stuff.
It's +9. It's good. The throw's right there, and the opponent might not be ready for it. But for me, it's just more like, I'll be stubborn.
I think you definitely were low.
I'm aware of it, but it's also because because until you launch me, and so this is the trick for you, is until you launch me, I can take like 6 4-3P and then win with one combo. Right? You know what I mean? So it's just like, well, okay, but use like launcher or something, use 6K, I don't know, use K. You know what I mean?
I think one is 3P
Yeah.
because it's not punishable, but it's a counter hit launcher. We can say that.
Yes, 3P is actually the ideal one unless they evade it, right? But even then, if they evade, it's okay. You only took it one time.
Yeah.
You only took it once or twice.
The other one, if you want to press.
I know you guys like to talk a lot, especially my friend Chanchai here. But we gotta do the interview because I gotta go eat dinner.
Okay.
I gotta go to work.
I will do the interview. Okay. And Laufares, we will chat more later tonight. Laufares, we will send me DM Laufares. We will continue our chat. I'll record it too. I will record it too.
Let's go.
I know you guys like to get philosophical about the game. I love to hear it.
But yes, I don't want to get in the way of your money, and sleep is time. Time is money, and food too, because I don't want you to have a bad day at work.
It's not really my money or my food. My girlfriend telling me to already finish this.
Yeah, we don't want to make single soy kai, you know.
I'm hungry.
Okay, gotcha. All right, thank you so much, Laufares.
For the first question, on this short interview, when did you start playing VF?
When I first saw the arcade machine Virtua Fighter 1 in North America, so like 1993. So
you're some real OG player, but for real. This series of questions are so the community can get to know a bit more about you. You know, not really something super philosophical.
Okay.
Like you usually like to. Simple questions.
Okay.
But actually, it's great so the community can actually get to meet the Chanchai outside of the Leon player. So when did you start playing
competitively? So I'll make it really quick that I was always really passionate about fighting games were something I was waiting for by the time Street Fighter 2 came out, because I love playing action games and I wanted to play them with people. But and Virtua Fighter 2 is when I got very obsessed with Virtua Fighter. However, I'm still a kid. So when the Dreamcast came out and Virtua Fighter 3 came out on the Dreamcast, this is 1999 in America. I knew how serious I want to be about this game, and I had the means to travel affordably because my mother is a flight attendant. And fun fact, my wife was also a flight attendant. So
you met her, right?
So no, it just turned out that way. But I started. So then, when the Dreamcast game came out, actually one of the players from Toronto moved to Seattle, and then he drove down to Portland to play with me. Power was out, so the next week I drove up to play with him. And then after that, I knew for sure I'm going to travel to play Virtua Fighter. And so the following summer of 2000, I went to New York. And that's when I started playing really actively around, travel to play in tournaments and build community in my area many times. And we had many tournaments. So yeah.
That's pretty dope. That sounds like the way of the warrior, actually.
Yeah, they did. Well, they kept calling me.
Well, Master, it sounds like. Have you?
Adam Yuki at the time called me Rue.
I'm pretty sure you played actually Mortal Kombat Deception.
A little, yeah. I didn't play it as much as this.
You played Conquest Mode. The Shushinko.
Yeah, a little, yeah.
The warrior, some sort of shit like that.
Yeah, well, I definitely any arcade that I was nearby, if it had Virtua Fighter, I played it, and I played Virtua Fighter 2 and 3 and 4 as much as possible in arcades, and even Final Showdown in Japan and in China in arcades. So
China's cool.
Yeah, last year in China.
I never heard there was a Chinese Virtua Fighter.
There is. I'll tell you about it someday. But I did make videos and posts about it. So last year, because I went to China.
That's great. So, third question: how do you see the future of Virtua Fighter in general, like in a global.
Okay. So we're now at this VF Legacy era where REVO is the symbol of the old Virtua Fighter, and it's for people like me and who love the arcade fighting game. I think with Virtua Fighter 6, Sega is swinging for the fences. I think they're aiming at making something that is Virtua Fighter, but something that is really for a whole new generation. Is for all those people that say, that Virtua Fighter seems cool, but I really like it if, such and such. So I think Virtua Fighter 6 could be the real future of Virtua Fighter. It might not be exactly the same Virtua Fighter for my generation.
That we know.
But I think it could be something big. So I'll say it quick. Like I've said before on my stream many times, the way Battlefield 3 changed Battlefield and the way its image, the way that Monster Hunter Worlds changed Monster Hunter, and its image, and reached that global audience that seemed like it was impossible to get, that mainstream audience that seemed it just would not get. Those games did it. I think Virtua Fighter 6 can do that, and if it does that, especially with all the things they've shown us so far, I think they can do it. I think Sega's serious, and I'm so excited.
They actually get the success that Capcom got with Monster Hunter World.
Me too.
Monster Hunter game, and I didn't like Rise and the new one as much as I liked Monster Hunter World. I really cherish that experience.
I hear you. So I hope VF6 is like that Monster Hunter World's like success. Success as a game, success as a commercial property, and success as the accolades, like the acclaim and the fame. I hope Virtua Fighter can do it, and I hope it can change fighting games forward. Again, it might not be it might surprise me and become my favorite, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to make so many people love Virtua Fighter the way I love Virtua Fighter already.
Yeah, it's the same for me. I just love Virtua Fighter since I was a kid, so I just hope to see more people playing my game.
Yeah, also this weekend...
What do you personally expect for Virtua Fighter 6? What will you wish for it to be?
Well, because of this perspective, I'm okay with it being whatever it's going to be, and now I'm going to let them surprise me. Even if I have my idea of what would be the perfect Virtua Fighter for me, I have to let it be what will be the most successful and well-received Virtua Fighter it's going to be, and I think it's going to do it. But and I think this Friday we're gonna see, because this Friday at 3 o'clock Eastern time at EVO they have a Sega panel. Sega has a panel at EVO, so they're gonna dedicate 30 minutes talking about Virtua Fighter. We'll see what they say. But
I'm looking forward to it. I don't work on Friday.
I mean, it might just be art reveal. Like they might just show us art, to be honest. but I hope they tell us a little more. but we'll see.
I just wish they show something good so I can, try to convince players from other fighting games to join our ranks.
They're trying to do it. They're trying to win They're trying to win the people that love Tekken, Street Fighter, and other games too. And I think this is their best chance they'll ever have. So
all those games that are on a kind of, especially Tekken. Tekken is streaming in shit right now. I can speak for Street Fighter 6 since I don't play or watch the game. Mm-hmm. I know some people don't like it as it is right now. I know that there's people who actually like it. I don't know much, but I can say that Tekken is mostly 90% negative all the time. But
I think.
Fifth question.
Well, I think.
Would you recommend? Yeah. Oh, all right, go on.
I was just gonna say, I think that to more directly answer your question, though, I think the fast-paced exchanges, the feeling of fighting back and forth, I think those things will be preserved, and I think it's gonna look beautiful.
I feel the same way, yeah. Fifth question. Will you recommend other players of your region to participate in our South American events? Not as, tournament players, but more as secret bosses?
100%. I think it's amazing to do, and there's no downside. but I think there's so much upside. So yes, I 100% recommend. And I will be, and I have been telling them, but I will be telling them more directly that they should totally do this. And I think it's a lot of fun.
That's great. And for the final question, what would you recommend our community to do to keep growing, as you know, in numbers, but also in level, you know, in our strength as players? What will be the next steps that we, the heads of the community, should take to bring it to the next level, but also for, you know, the players who always play in the tournaments?
Yeah.
Today was a pretty small tournament compared to last one.
Right.
Last one was really big, but at the same time, you know, there's lots of people who couldn't participate today who actually want to get better at the game. So what would you recommend to those people?
Okay, so the key ingredients is, one, everyone's got to have fun. Everyone. The people that are playing it, the people that love watching it, the people that like to chat in the stream. It's most important that everyone is having fun, because when everyone is having fun, and when everybody is talking about specifically how much they love having fun with Virtua Fighter, however they do that, as long as those things are happening, that has a recipe for being infectious. That has a recipe for more people feeling and seeing and then wanting to have the joy of Virtua Fighter. They don't have to be the best. They don't have to be the worst. They can be anything, as long as they really love the game and like it a lot, and really just, even when there are people that only watch, it's okay, they help, they add. Even if it's just people that just talk, it's okay, they help, they add. Of course, if more people are playing, that is the best. So you definitely want more people playing. If it's only because they're the best players, then those scenes come and go way too fast, and then you just have people that remember when they were the best, but they're not having much more memories than that. You want to have the scene that keeps sustaining. You want everybody to love the game. So you have to do activities that encourage that. And I'm not saying that negativity is bad, but you do need to have positive to match any negativities or any even the adversarial thing is really good, but you need to have a matching, you have to have something that matches that for the positivity too. Otherwise, if it outweighs it, it becomes too exclusive. And then finally, the last key ingredient, which is the most important, but I have to say it last, otherwise the message gets confusing, is you need patience. The patience is addressing what you talked about. The patience is when things grow, when things get bigger and bigger, you still need patience. You still need patience for a child to become adult. You still need patience for someone to become smarter, someone to become stronger. Without that patience, you will cut things off early. So you need patience, because when you're spreading something like this, the joy of Virtua Fighter, it's going to have ups and downs. It cannot always be busier and busier and busier, because people have lives. So you got to be patient even when it slows down, and just have some faith. But you got to, but if you have this positivity, you have the joy. I've traveled many places around the world, sadly not South America, but I've traveled to many places, and I found Virtua Fighter pretty much everywhere when I looked. And
we're gonna fix that soon, my friend.
Yeah. So, but you guys haven't.
Gonna fix that.
No, but what I mean is,
fixing that.
But what I mean is, even in places you don't think it's gonna be there, like China, it's there, and they are just like the fans of Virtua Fighter in other places too. I will tell you. So, I fought a lot of players in China, and I got to have the experience where many players came to the arcade to fight against me, and I didn't know it was live streamed. And then when they finally,
this famous North American player is here.
but when they,
let's go stay with him.
Well, when one of the players finally start to get some good wins against me, he started, he posted in the chat like, I have finally killed the beast, or something like that. So it's really fun. It's really, really fun. So it's like your secret boss. And this was at the Zhaohai's arcade, the Street Fighter 6 player now. Traditionally King of Fighter player. But yeah, this was his arcade.
The OG god of King of Fighters.
Yeah, his arcade though, they open 24/7. But it's like on the 7th and a half floor of a building. It's hard to find. You know?
It's the secret bus, secret room.
Yeah, but it's a huge. Yep. Any other questions? Sorry.
No, not for this moment. I appreciate you taking the time to play with us, to support us always. No, I'm just the face of the community if you put it in some way, but I'm not the community.
Yeah.
Just the face. I'm the one who streams, who organizes the tournaments, but we definitely feel all together as a community. We feel the support from you guys. So we not only me. You already know I appreciate all you've done for me and my community, but I want to let you know that also the rest of the community actually appreciates all the goodwill that you put into our community too.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate you.
Many of us love this game, and for me it's the first time that I actually have a community to play with. You know, before REVO, I was only playing on the PS3 emulator online with my friend Johnny, who participated in today's tournament with Ame, some of my friends who always play here in the tournament, some of them Shoho, who played with you this week, I think, with Leifei. They were all playing, all of them were playing with me on the PS3 emulator. So it came a long way before I was able to play with some other people, like the three of them on an official release. So for me, it's kind of a dream, but also for many of the community, it feels the same way.
I feel this.
Most of us were like Nova said, closet BF players.
Yeah. No, but it's a wonderful, amazing community, and everyone's been really wonderful to me. And I really appreciate you a lot. Honestly, your efforts is why we know about, is why we are paying attention. Your effort is why we know that you consistently put Sunday, Tuesday events at the minimum, but you've done other events as well, and you traveled. All these things added up to all this, to where it's something that we remember, but it's something that we now can keep building together and set up the infrastructure for when VF6 does come too. But also, I appreciate you so much. In fact, I appreciate you directly so much that you said something so incredibly kind about me on Twitter that I'm just going to tell you, if I apply for any jobs in the game or entertainment industry, I'm putting your quote in the letter. You know, so thank you so much for those incredibly kind words, but it meant a lot to me.
I mean, I've been on a more positive note with life in general since this game came out. So it's not like I don't have other stuff than positivity in my life right now.
Yeah.
You know, I pretty much, except for, going to the dentist lately because there's some teeth issues.
I know that experience.
It's been pretty positive, so I'm spreading positivity too, like you say. But also, I really appreciate the fact that you're taking your Sunday off just to play with us, to be interviewed by me, to spend time with my community.
Thank you.
I know you have a life, I have a life, everybody has a life. I mean, someone as important as for the North American community as you being here today with me, it's really big. Never thought someone outside of this Discord will give two fucks about what I do. Which in fact is not just for me. I mean, I'm being selfish. I'm doing all the work by myself because I love this game so much that I don't want anybody to do stuff outside of me. Shit that was the whole community under his, iron fist,
right.
Like some sort of dictator. I know for a fact that I love this game so much that I know that nobody's gonna put so much love into this like I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I can be a man at times. I can I can do wrong because I'm wrong most of the time. I tend to be wrong as any other human being. But you know, the community knows for a fact that I love this so much that I'm never gonna do this. Whatever I do for Virtua Fighter in general will always be out of love for the game and for the franchise that I've been playing since I was a small kid. That's the way it is for me. So I'd rather be the one kid to keep doing it every 2 Sundays on Friday nights as I do having someone, because it happened to other games around here in South America. There's people who never cared about Tekken their entire life. They didn't give 2 fucks about Tekken. Were, you know, streaming and doing tournaments for other fighting games, and as soon as Tekken 8 dropped, they started to make tournaments and do sets, and there were people who didn't know about the game and just wanted to make money out of the game.
Yeah.
And I don't want that shit to happen to Virtua Fighter.
Like I said,
be the one in command, because I don't want people with other interests rather than seeing the game and the community grow, having like a spoon of the community. At least here, in any other region, I don't care, but at least in the region that I form a part in, I do love all the players, you know, that they always take their time off on Sundays to come and play all my tournaments and whatever I do. If I call them, they all here, so I'd rather be the one in charge of them rather than leaving other people do whatever they do on other games, because I've seen that at least on a regional scale going pretty badly.
yeah, I hear you on that, but all I can say though is that you know, maybe it's naive of me, but just, you know, us keep sharing the joy of the game. There'll be people that see that, and of course popularity is a different thing, but I think the game is gonna
I like the game as underground as it is.
Yeah, no, I understand.
I kind of like that. I don't mind it becoming more like, you know, Tekken, Street Fighter.
Yeah,
I gotta be ready to take into not just me, the whole community gotta be ready to take
but
what's gonna come with 6.
But you know, we'll be the ones, and I think Sega, with what Sega did with REVO, what that set told me in December was, man, they're giving us a runway. They're giving us, the ones that really love Virtua Fighter, a chance to build our social media, build our presence, build our way of instructing, our way of teaching, our way of sharing the love of the game. They're giving us a chance to kind of build that towards when the new VF comes, so that if we're ready, if we can put the content out early, you know, if we can put quality content right at as soon as possible, quality events as soon as possible, then the new Virtua Fighter will be on an amazing foot, with maybe a chance that we get a good reach of a newer audience, but they get to see Virtua Fighter in a better light than if we weren't doing that. So I think REVO is allowing us to prepare for VF6 having an amazing launch and an amazing post-launch because of people like us. So
I mean, I wouldn't consider me in the same bag as you, because I just said something so selfish. I am selfish. I know my love for this game is selfish, but I'm pretty sure the community feels the same way about me. Like they actually said to me that I'm a great leader, so I guess it's right. But I don't wanna take it that way, because I don't want it to get to my head too much.
Right.
I just enjoy what I do. Pretty much the same way I do. You just love to talk about the game, to teach the game, so I guess we all need a Chanchai in our lives, in our communities, as I've said before.
no, we need.
It's just the way you know too much about the game. You have a great level. You have a great way of explaining shit. So
Thank you.
We all need a Chanchai. Our Chanchai actually is Jimi.
Jimi is so amazing. Jimi is super amazing.
But he's not as philosophical as
He is, but he's more reserved until you're on a more direct private chat with him. But Jimmy's amazing, and he's another wonderful face for the community. And for the last 5 years, I've told people about Jimmy. I remind them because he's happy to teach. He's just but a lot of Virtua Fighter players, including myself, a lot of us at our core are more introverted. I benefited from my experience working since I was a teenager to develop like a more extrovert compatible persona and a way of communicating that I can communicate both with introverted people and extroverted people, and so that's kind of one of my skills, and that's kind of what has helped me do a lot of things. But in this community, there's a lot of introverts, but this community has also needed some of the extroverts to do the things that extroverts do, right? To make a bit more noise, to draw more attention. That's why Chief Flash is one of the most appreciated influencers in the Virtua Fighter space in North America, because he is the extrovert and he can communicate to people that respond to that, you know. But
I guess I'm the
I think you're an extrovert too.
I think I'm the big gorilla making the noise here.
Yeah, it's good. No, it's needed. It's really needed for this game. So you know,
we need noise. We need a lot of noise.
You do.
It is underground. I want it to be as underground spirited as possible.
Yeah.
But at the same way, I want it to grow. I want to have more people to play, more matchups to play with, because otherwise I just feel like I'm always playing the same characters.
Exactly.
We didn't have much experience.
You know, it's like
we have players Cito playing from time to time with us.
Virtua Fighter is like an individual sport, you know, like a tennis, like a golf, in a sense, right? Like the players are kind of like this, but you want the energy of a team sport. You want the hype, you want the energy, like everybody want to go to support. It's like, this is our team, you know. So you have to have both, and Virtua Fighter
You gotta be that way. We need to work towards that. I mean, Kike wants to ask you something in the chat.
All right.
Kike, diga.
Go ahead and ask Kike. Feel free. I'm all ears. For us, REVO was a humongous, massive grow on player base. I agree. Well, I agree, but yeah.
Round one.
I think he's actually writing
So
more.
I mean, it happens that we are complacent with that. Oh, we're not complacent with it at all. And maybe feel like we are already there. We're not already there. But REVO is... I'll talk as he... Go ahead and keep asking.
I cannot host tournaments at 5 p.m. because it's too late to get the whole tournament done.
Oh, okay. No, don't... Go ahead and keep... you can go ahead, Soyo Kai, and yeah, I didn't mean to disrupt their thinking.
No, don't worry. You understand that for us the road was massive.
But do I understand that for us the growth is massive compared to other regions? I might not appreciate it as much as you guys because to me, with my limited experience, I do know that there was another Latin American push during Ultimate Showdown. And it was a bit smaller, so this was a much bigger push. And so I should appreciate that this is even a bigger push now. I think the thing I do appreciate for sure is that Rollback was such a huge important part because I've played many different video games. And what I've known from playing online games for 25 years is that specifically, I know that you're from Argentina. But I know, like,
He's actually from Uruguay.
I meant you, Soyokai. Sorry, but I know that like I've met many players of different games, card games, video games, online games from Brazil, and it's very different country, different culture. But I know that like there's always been lots of players in South America, period, from talking to them. The biggest problem has always, when it came to real-time games, was that the connection between the two is so hard between many places and South America that like this has always been a big problem for a lot of online games, even MOBAs like League of Legends, or even the mobile MOBA, the game that I loved a lot, which is called Vainglory. And then even when Wild Rift came out on mobile, you know, North American players the top players were so hungry for more top players that they started playing on the South American servers, and it upset all the South American players because of all the lag they had experienced playing these North American players. So I know that South America has always had what it takes for the players, but for us to really connect with each other, right? Just like Pakistan now connects with other parts of the world after Tekken 7's online netcode got better, but they traveled and showed how strong they were. I think South America, maybe the internet rollback netcode is really, really allowing it to work better, and us to have exciting matches like today, like the boss battle today. So I think I should appreciate that more, and I am definitely now appreciating it much more, and I think it's a gigantic step.
We didn't have this kind of shit before, so we're actually on a much better place.
Yeah, so I think rollback netcode has meant so much to Virtua Fighter outside of Japan. It really has. It really has. And it is huge, just that change by itself. And now, when I said that I might not appreciate the full growth, it's because I'm saying, well, but it's the growth that we're talking about, the hardcore growth, the people that love VF, the people that fight. And I have a lot of friends who, they stopped playing consoles 15 years ago. They're playing REVO now, and I hadn't played Virtua Fighter with them in 20 years until like this month. So I am seeing a lot of people come back to Virtua Fighter because it's on PC, because it's got rollback, and because a lot more people understand fighting games more now. So this is actually an amazing time to be a fighting game player, and this really is an amazing time to be a Virtua Fighter player. And we know it's going to get bigger. So I feel that now, and I agree that this is huge. And I think now and Jimi is playing with Latin American players too, and he's always wanted to play with more Latin American players, and now us in the United States are like, hey, how come we don't get to fight Jimi? He's busy playing with you guys. You know. So
the same way Jimi could be playing with you guys, you know, with the real top players over there, but he's instead, enjoying Virtua Fighter with us.
Yeah, well, he's
something that I think actually helps with that is the fact that we share culture.
You guys share culture.
We speak the same language. We have the same humor. Countries here are different between themselves in Latin America, but we all speak the same language. We all have the same shitty humor. We all have lots of similarities, culturally speaking. So yeah. I think Jimi enjoys our presence more, despite we're being worse players.
I think, no, but because you guys have what it takes. But yes, what we are saying though is that Jimmy's heart can be whole, right? His heart can be 100%, 100% love on VF with everyone that he's playing, and feeling like. He's never felt like an outsider to us, but he can feel inclusive more than he's ever felt before. And I think it's amazing.
Me personally, I've never felt as an outsider in the community as long as I've been here.
I'm glad.
These past months, you guys have been pretty amazing to me and my community. Not only me, the whole South American community, but I always feel like I enjoy more, being with my people.
Yeah.
It's because of the culture, the cultural clashes that we can have over stupid things.
Yeah.
Because it can always happen that we can have cultural clashes over stupid things. Because that's the way the world works.
I can tell you that to answer the last part of the question, because Kike said compared to other regions, right? So what I would say though is that other regions are also feeling a similar thing. Europe right now is feeling a similar thing. Now Europeans always complain, that's part of their part of their many cultures, but a consistent thing is Europeans tend to complain. But they are also experiencing a similar thing as well. Despite what they all complain about, trust me, their VF is in a much better place. There are old players playing the game again, and at the same time now, North America versus EU, I had so much fun playing that too, just like I had so much fun playing against Laufares, and I made it very clear. I love it when you guys join my sessions. You know, when Latin American players join the Chanchai's dojo sessions on Tuesdays after the events on Tuesdays, I really like it, and it changed my mind. It made me go, you know what? I'm not going to say this is NA only. Like, honestly, we'll just see how the connection goes. And so far, it's been not a problem. The rollback has helped so much. It's been a proof that the rollback's good. Of course, the lobbies can sometimes, when there's a rough connection, the lobbies can get destabilized and people might drop when I start a league battle. But you know also that that event is meant to be fun, so that event we work with it, and then we just make sure a lot of people can get matches. And it's been a blast. It's been a blast fighting you, Soy Kai, in the Chanchai's dojo. It's been a blast fighting everyone who joined it.
It wasn't a blast.
Okay. Okay, but I gave you that determination, and you know you're gonna have your revenge. So you know.
Revenge. I'm the kind of person. I actually do things out of spite, so
yeah.
Expect me to have my revenge.
That is part of your strength. So you know, that is how you forge your strength. So
I'm gonna leave before someone kills me. So I'll let you with Laufares if you still want to talk to him. He's been here muted.
Sure.
Thank you for your time, Chanchai.
Thank
really
you.
Appreciate you taking your time to be with us here. It's really big. It's really big for me and the whole community. Some of them are shy, won't say shit.
This meant a lot for me too.
We'll be like interacting with you on the chat or whatever. So, muchachos, les sugiero por favor que empiecen a aparecer en el dojo de nuestro amigo Chanchai los jueves a la noche. Sí, que le pidan de jugar, no tengan miedo. I'm not doing some advertise for you.
Thank you.
Play with you. Just in case you're wondering what the fuck I'm saying.
No problem.
Is it on Tuesdays or Thursdays?
Tuesdays. But you can say after you finish your event. They don't need to, you know, they don't have to pick and choose.
I don't do events. I don't do events on Tuesdays.
Okay, I see.
Work on Tuesdays.
Gotcha. So yes.
Never mind. That's Pablo from Mexico actually. He's
Yeah, but do Pablo's event and then do my event.
After that.
My event goes on till late night, so.
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna leave. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Very much for being here with us. I'm gonna upload this to YouTube shortly. So.
Congratulations to Laufares, winning the tournament and winning the boss battle.
Thank you very much, Chanchai. It was a pleasure playing with you.
I'm gonna read someone who's actually hosting a BF tournament, I think.
Alright, I'm gonna talk to Laufares after you.
Yeah, let's go.
The raid is done. I'm gonna leave here so my girlfriend doesn't kill me. Raid is already done. Thank you, Chanchai, for your time. I'm gonna try to hit you up fucking soon.
Alright, we'll do it. And good luck with the lady. Wish me luck with my lady too. So, just
I'll talk to you later.
talk to you later, my friend. Alright, Laufares. You can keep chatting if you're chatting with something or text typing.
No, yeah, don't worry.
Okay, so hey, it was awesome fighting you. Really, really awesome. And you know, we both having to manage aspects of the connection, but it really wasn't that much of a factor. It's like it's just something to manage, but as I said, on my end, it's just more of managing hit confirm. It's like, oh my god, like I thought I hit him and now it's like shit. You know?
The good thing for both of us is like we are playing really hard fights with in some connection that you have to react very fast to. So when you go to play with your peers with good connection, you have like you have like superpowers because
no, I know.
To very, very tight frame spaces with regular connection.
Yep.
You go to play some games in which you need good reflexes and good timing. You're like godlike.
Yeah,
I feel that way.
No, I don't know how much you've seen of my streams, but I actually have a reputation for being willing to play on any connection because during Ultimate Showdown, of course, I play on PSN, but also during that time I played on Final Showdown on the emulator online, and I played with Australia, I played with Europe, I played everywhere. I played with Korea, and now the thing is that. And during Ultimate Showdown, and I also regularly play offline as well. So I play it all, and so I'm always like, it's just you just have to manage, but there's different strengths and weakness. But also, like you said, it makes you stronger if you get better at adaptation. If you allow yourself to adapt and to come up with game plans around it, then it's really good. And that's what I really loved about fighting you, was that I could see that you were also managing within your like you're measuring your own performance and you're making decisions about how you're gonna approach this fight. So you and I are both doing this, and that's really the heart of the warrior. That's the heart of the fight, right? A lot of players might go, oh, the connection wasn't perfect, or the display was laggy. You know, I played in
every time, and I hate with them when that happens.
Yeah.
They reduce fighting me to that connection.
Right, it's not, yeah.
People lose, unfortunately.
Exactly. So I feel similar. Well, I feel more of like, well, if that's how you want to feel about it, but I know that like it's just, you have to just manage, you know. When I went to EVO Japan, I had read that the in-zone displays were not the fastest, and so I bought myself a setup that approximated the feeling of playing on that setup, and it turned out to be pretty close, and it helped me and those that sparred with me. And you know, then I told everybody, look, when I played in Japan and in China, right? In Japan, there's two different arcades you're gonna run into. You're gonna run into the arcade machine that is on a Lindbergh cabinet, which actually is laggy. The display is quite laggy. You're gonna run into the machine that they customize. They put it on CRT. So now this is playing super fast, you know? And it's gonna be different from what you feel on PS5, or even what you feel emulated PS3, you know? And so I just told them, no matter what, you have to adapt, you know? And also, when I went to China, they replaced the display on one of them, so it had a different feeling than the other three displays. And one of the sticks, like they put like a Seimitsu in there, and the other three are Sanwa, you know. So it's like you're gonna have to adjust, right? And I just learned to adjust, but also just like what you're saying, because I played online with like Europe, when I fought like a developing Leifei player. When I played that, it's like, well, man, we know the connection is going to be rough, but actually this is workable. But the thing is when it is tough, I just watch the attack animation, and it's like, oh, I can respond this early to Leifei. Like, this is how early I can kind of tell what move he's going to do, you know? And then the next time, as I fight him more and more in regular speed, it's like, yeah, I can see that way earlier. Same thing, when I go to offline when I came back from Japan, Dark Nova and I were like both like supercharged. Our reactions were ridiculous. So when we were fighting each other, we're like, man, I can't believe how much time it feels like we have to like we can tell that both of us were jacked up on our senses, and we're like, man, it's like we have so much time to think about what to do. You know?
Crazy compared with players there. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, so stuff like that. Well, that's play difference, but we're talking about like just that adjustment. But also when I play online and then I play offline, it's similar. It's like online actually trained me to make a decision sooner or to see if I need to do that, and then offline it's like, okay, just give myself an extra half second to do something. It's faster than that, but it feels like that, and
and you have another type of pressure and nervousness too that is very fun. I had my first offline experience like a month ago. And it's really different playing offline, not only because of the setups and
but the way people are playing. But I
and the pressure.
But I don't like to overstress it, because some players make it like in my view, they make it a crutch, because they start talking about the quote unquote real VF versus not real VF, and I'm like, no, like VF is just a battleground, and it's a really good battleground, but it's like, but managing the situation is what's interesting about Virtua Fighter for me, right? Like if I'm going, the opponent is sharper than me. Okay, maybe I'm gonna force guess more. The opponent guesses better than me. Okay, maybe we're gonna play more safe, but we're gonna try to play it on raw skills, right? Okay, I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna do this and that, and when I fight you, I feel like you're doing similar, and that's why I really like it. I like fighting you a lot, because I'm like, and on my commentary, you'll hear that I have faith that you're going to make certain adjustments. I'm like, I think he's going to like get used to this, some of these patterns, and he's going to get used to some of these approaches, but he's going to find his own answers, and I'm going to see if I can figure out what to do about them, because like I said, I have a lot of experience with Aoi, but not that much during REVO. And so during REVO, now I'm dealing with Aois that feel much more emboldened about doing things, like using certain tools more rapidly than I'm used to them doing it before, to where now, but at the same time, the way that it's mixed in, how do I react to it, and can I identify it quickly? Can I differentiate between these moves quickly? And when I fought you today, I'm realizing, this is what I'm a little worried about in the short term, not in the long term, but in the short term, it's like these moves are starting to blend together to me, right? Like the 4-3P, the 3P, the 2P, right? Sounds simple. I'm used to people committing to 6P, and then even the 4K, and you didn't use it much. You used 4K with a very high accuracy, right? And I was like, I really, like, if he was overusing 4K, I kind of want to punish him for it, but he's using it very accurately, and I
tried to get the opponent to Abare. And when I get the opponent to Abare, I throw 4K.
Yeah, but I wanted to surprise you, but I think you know. I don't know if you know. Do you know what Turo Leon has against 4K? Well, besides Sabaki.
Maybe a high crush?
So the funny thing is 4K is an EX high, right?
EX high, yeah.
So Leon has the only move I know of that ignores EX high.
Okay.
His 2K.
Yeah, I think 2K.
Yeah, just the first kick, not the second. Test it out. You'll have fun watching it. You'll be like, what the hell? Leon's 4K from the beginning, since VF4 had introduced EX high, his 2K like ignores the EX high. It's the only move I know that does it.
yeah, because it's EX high, it's the kind of move you can't press on, so that's crazy.
Yeah, but of course the only thing he could get then is a 2KK, because you're not going to counter hit, you're going to recover hit if you use it this way, right? But it's interesting, but at the same time, not as much, but at least that 4K will like destroy them for trying to do certain other things. you know.
I
But
think when you tried to do that strategy, I used 4-6 P plus K. I remember.
I really liked your 4-6 P plus K. I really liked when you used 4-6 P plus K because I didn't see it the whole. I didn't remember seeing it at all, and then I saw it there, and I'm like, man, like what are the conditions for him to want to do it? Like, meaning that, in my view, you had to have been thinking like. In this sense, it means that you brought it out. But why did you bring it out? And here, and it's spot on. It's accurate, but it was just really interesting. I was just like, oh man, like I didn't see this the whole time, and now I see it, and it's like this hurts, you know, because it's like I'm gonna take a lot of damage for this. You know? So again,
I try to use it in 2 ways or 3 ways. Mostly, I try to use it with 4-4-6.
yeah,
To get some whiff punish, to be whiff punish especially. If you use 4-4-6, that's very useful. And then if you are like especially accurate with the timing, you can get out of ECDC 2P. ECDC 2P is countered by 4-6 P plus K delayed.
but I also the funny thing was actually for half the match, I kept thinking like I was really sure that 270 throw is forward. So it's like nope, it's back. It's just like okay, it's back. You know, it's just like so yeah. But then I finally escaped it like yeah, I don't know, like game 6. So you know, but yeah, but it was pretty funny. You know, that's for me. I don't play with the most knowledge actually. I mean, I play with a lot of knowledge, but my way of knowledge is that I throw myself into the fire like a lot. So you know, like I do study, but I do.
Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I was trying to say that you managed to crush a lot of my wake up kicks, which that's risky, but you got like a lot of percentage of win rate. Like in that situation, I don't know how you managed to know which wake up kick I was going to use, but you got like a lot of reads there.
Yeah. Well. Only a little bit. I mean, the thing is that okay, so first off, the first crush against you is a crush I prefer not to do, but you were doing low rising attack so consistently that, and I kept trying to see if you're gonna ever go to mid, but you did at good time though. But and so then I'll just use an 8K then. It's easier. But that said, 3K, I like to crush with 3K because it's fast, so you can kind of use it as a reaction because it's 17 frames. So a lot of people, when they look for moves to crush rising attack, they're looking for active hit frames to make it easier. But again, this puts you in like the 22, 24 range, you know. Leon's moves aren't that many, but sidekick is one of the moves that will beat rising attack because it's 21 damage. And so 17 frame is a really nice number. Like it's a very consistent number in the move list actually. That there's a lot of 17 frame attacks that are designed to pretty much win against rising attack. And so it's a good timing to learn, even if it's only 2 or 3 hit frames. And so if you over focus on the number of hit frames, you're gonna try to do like the most difficult rising attack, and then it has to be a setup and it has to be a commitment. But if you train yourself to do like the 17 frame ones, then it's pretty powerful in the game in general. So you know. So that's why I go with that. Now that said, then of course, 4-6K plus G. Getting a sense of if the player is consistently waking up same time, or what are the conditions for them to want to do wake up. You know, for you're super patient, so it actually takes more time to get that sense against you. And so today, because I was thinking of other things, I don't think I was punishing you for staying down. But if you play me enough, you'll see that actually I do it to a lot of people. Like I do 6 KK them off the ground. I do 8 P plus K, like a lot, to a lot of people. Really pissed them off.
I've seen
And I didn't,
like one.
but I didn't do it much today. I did it only like, I can only think of 3 times I did it today. And the other times when I did it, I think you teched. So it was just more of a guess. But you know, one time I went ahead and got, I guess, whimsical, maybe because of the score. So I was like, I'll just try to pounce and see if he actually rolls. You know, and so you know, like that's greedy, but I was just like, I'll try it. But you know, but the rising, but off the throw, that's intentional. That's more of like threatening you that if you don't try to tech, then I'm gonna do this. You know? Or if you don't try to roll up or down.
I got so pissed. And after one throw, you tried to hit me on the ground. I did the Sawaki and I failed because you failed.
Yeah, that was really funny. But it was.
Oh, that was so sick.
But no, it was. So when I fought, like again, going into the fight, I even said on the video that I will not be surprised if I lose this match. I can give excuses for it, but no, but I'm also like, this player is really strong that like I would actually want to be coming in having played matches, because I do think like I might not need to be sharp right away because it's our first time fighting, but I know that I would need to be sharp at least in the last half, you know? And because I've watched the way you play, and I'm like, yeah, the moment he gets start with Aoi, once you get comfortable, she just rewards the ability to read really well. But now, the current Aoi, REVO Aoi, has the ability to like just really kind of put a stop sign. Like she always had this, but she had to read. She really had to read. Now, her offense game can just stop you, right? And it always had those abilities. And you're right, though, that I'm missing my opportunity. Well, I'm gambling in a certain way, but like today, if I evaded more, would have given you a harder time. Now we don't know where it goes after 1 or 2 games of that, but we know that like at least one game, I would probably punish you really bad, get you at the wall, probably win the round, you know, maybe win one game, but then we see where it goes after that. But then that's where we would probably then see why your general default strategy is 4-3-P a lot until you 4-3-P throw, right? Like your default is actually 4-3-P throw, and we don't see 4-3-P throw because I'm like saying, no, you can't do that. But, and so you feel the pressure of that, but that said, that also is why I'm not evading, because the throw is the thing beating the evade, right? You know, so it's like, so why was evade not happening? Because throw was being threatened. You couldn't see it because I kept attacking, but it was being threatened, you know. So it's like, and her throw game is very good. Actually, when I fight you, I was really happy that your mix is really good. That your and so this might seem obvious when you're playing Virtua Fighter, but too many players in general don't. Well, Kingo has a really amazing mix, but his mix is still very Yomi based. And so it's less of a mix. It's just more of a what he thinks you're gonna do. But for you, your mix is very scary. How much you're willing to do the throw and the attack. You know, it's a good balance. And a lot of players need to do this. It's hard to teach this. People are so afraid of getting launched out of throw, and I'm like, you know, if the opponent is threatening a poke, it's not a big deal. You know, like, it's not a big deal if they low punch you out of it. You're afraid of them doing a launcher, so don't be afraid that they spam you when you try to throw. Just be afraid when they actually launch you, when they combo you for throwing.
Yes, I have a lot of problems with that. When I default to counter hit throw at the start, if the opponent launches second after counter hit, like I'm doomed. I have to replan all my strategy and change it all the way. I start using more 4P, so I can get out of the evade and also the launcher. Or I try to spam 4-3P until won't press anymore, and I can throw like 4 counter hits, 3 counter hits, something like that.
Okay, so one of the elements that's gonna, I feel that you're capable of doing this, but right now you're afraid when I fought you, and maybe not that you're afraid, but maybe you just feel like maybe the risk is much. So obviously when Leon pushes you into side turn, guard of course is one of your stronger options, but evading to his back is a really strong option. Are you not comfortable evading to his back?
I think firstly my problem is that I don't have much experience against Leon. I was playing more of my game plan than Leon itself, because I'm not too knowledgeable about the matchup. Here in South America we don't have much Leon players, so
I heard you just have one now. I heard you just got a new Leon player, so yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, that's tough for me because it's a really hard matchup.
Yes.
If you don't know what Leon's doing.
Very hard.
On side turn.
Yes.
So I don't have the knowledge. It's that mainly not being afraid, more of not knowing.
All right. Well, I'll give you the quick advice then, and I'll give you how to drill it. Okay. So Leon, his move list. If you evade to his back, you cut a lot of his damage down. And this is also true that if you evade to his back, you lower the risk of his side turn game against him. Now, okay, why is this hard to do? It's hard to do because like half of Leon's move list will change his stance. So this is hard. How do we make it easier? There's a way to make it easier. So you go into training mode, you fight the CPU Leon, right? Whatever setting you want to use, but you set the Leon to do whatever. Fight him and just focus on just doing really basic stuff like autopilot, okay? But whenever you are like minus, like he blocked your low punch or he hit you, okay? Whenever you find yourself minus, this whole time I want you to stare at the feet. Okay, stare at the feet of the characters, and in Leon's case, the back direction is correlated with the front foot. So stare at his front foot. This is the trick.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, I was aware of that on neutral, but I didn't know it was so powerful on side turn too.
Yeah. When if Leon is knocked down, still same thing. If Leon's you will like looking at the feet is so much easier than looking at the torso. So stare at the front foot. It will tell you, even in the air for combos, it'll tell you the front foot. So get good at staring at that front foot, and trust me, you will see this within 2 minutes. You'll understand. Within 2 minutes of doing this drill, you'll understand. But within just do this drill half an hour, and you've already kind of mastered it. You'll realize it's not hard to do. But that this is kind of the way.
I only try evading to his body when he's doing his stance.
Yeah.
Okiseme, he does his stance where he has the guard break and a half circular to his back.
Yeah.
There is the only time I think it's useful to evade to his body, I think.
Yeah. Also, when you do, when he does 4K, I think you know this, but he needs to be +5 for you to not be able to do ECD. So if you're -4, you can still ECD to his back, and it will avoid 4K.
Oh.
So yeah, so as long as you are -4 or better, then you can ECD to his back and still cover 4K. So then you only have to worry like 1P + K, in which case, yeah, he hit you, but you're still fine. Just chipped you. Yeah. Just chipped you, and you just know the frame situation. But this is really strong against him. This puts so much control on his move list against, and it's really difficult for him when you start doing this more.
Yes.
And if you do this against a side turn game, of course you have to just know. With PKP, you want to kind of like. Sometimes you'd rather take it than taking sidekick PKP. But if you evade, you cut off that option, right? And so you only really, if you evade, if you get good at doing the evasion, then you're only really worried about him kind of throwing you, or him doing like half circle forward P, or doing something different, you know? But even then, these are lower damage than what he would do if you didn't do those things. So.
Right. Yeah. I was trying to duck PKP and to be standing for 3k. So my range of motion in my ignorance was a lot smaller. But now that I know that I can evade to his back, that makes that interaction for me a lot better. I think
it
I
is.
have more options now.
You're always gonna be much stronger in this matchup because of it, and then. And then just train yourself that anytime you evade 1k that you don't hit the button. You just wait for the second kick to whiff, and then you do whatever you want to punish him because he's sitting duck. If you can evade 1k but not get hit by the second kick, he's dead.
Yeah, like minus 35.
It's a lot, even after that second kick is finished. So it's one of those things where he needs to use 1k as a counter hit launcher. But if he's just using it as a low, I think it's. Actually, there's two really powerful use of 1k. One is that it's a counter hit launcher. Two is that it has good reach. So if you backdash but you don't do like backdash evade, it has a good chance at counter hitting you from a backdash.
Yes. I've seen it.
So that's what makes it like. It's like it's like a sidekick. That's more scary. So.
Yeah, it's really scary. Yeah. And you use Backdash really well. You use it like in a similar way. I do it. I'm not saying that I do it like really great, but you use some attacks that push me on block, and you then try to backdash and punish my 2p or my 6p, for example, which is really great.
Yeah.
And it's amazing when, for example, I realized that and I make you whiff. You wanting me to whiff myself. So that's like a real deep game we had on the games. I feel like you try to backdash to make me whiff.
Yeah.
I try to just stare at you, wait for the whiff punish attempt, and then punish myself. So that was like really fun.
It's really fun. It's a big part of the game too, and but a lot of players, they don't use it enough. I do think like it will be fun to see when you master moves like quarter circle back P plus K. But you use it really, like you nailed me with it as attack. So you use it as a launcher really good. But when you use it as movement, when you guard cancel it, I would like to see. I'd like to see when like how much better you get at using that in the future. Because for me, as an Aoi, that's so much fun to do. I missed the old motion. But the old motion had the weakness that you're gonna get backdash punish. So now the new motion makes it even better. So like you can do like backdash quarter circle back P plus K guard, and it's really good.
That's right. Yeah, I love movement with Aoi and canceling moves. It's really fun.
It's really, really fun, and this move has always been I think it worked in the early games against you. Later in the set, I wasn't comfortable doing it anymore against you, but early on, I used 1-1 against you. And that's because I was trusting that you have good spacing. Because what I tell people is 1-1 is the worst movement option in the game because of its risk. But the truth is that the more precise your opponent is with spacing and the more precise you are, then 1-1 becomes really good. Because the reward is based on if you can get your opponent to whiff but be as close to them as possible, then you have the most options for punishing them. So that's the principle, is the reward is super high, but the risk is crazy high too. So if they, if they're the player, if they're a wolf player that keep doing 6K, well, you cannot do this, but if like, but if they're a person who keeps trying to punish range, like their precision, their spacing is precise, then you get to play the spacing game in a very fun way. And 1-1, quarter circle back P plus K become very good, And quarter circle back P plus K is already really good actually. It's already good at all levels because you can modify it. You can do like backdash into it. You can do like 1-1 into quarter circle back P plus K. You could evade cancel and then do it. It's really cool. So it's
and we both have 1-1 3P.
Yeah.
It's really great for both of us.
It is.
I try to use it too. 1-1 3P. And I have like the catch flow, and you have like a counter hit launcher, so it's really great too.
This, yeah. You used it really, really well, and I like the precision of the different precisions of your use of the rising elbow, the front craps 3P. You used it as a guard punish against the low because it's fast enough. I never punished it. Leon can KK, but that's okay. But you also used it, like you said, used 1-1 into 3P, and that was really good. Like if I was threatening to do a high, this thing was really good. If I got cocky about 4K, this move would destroy that. So
Yeah, that's really good use, and it can crush mids too in some specific frames.
Yeah.
So it's really great. It's minus 13, so that's the only downside.
But it's hard to punish. Like it comes at you fast. You got to punish it right away. It's kind of if you're not thinking about it, it's kind of hard to punish. But guard punish is one of my worst traits. Partly because I don't know. It's just kind of the way that my brain is working. If I'm playing Tekken, I can guard punish fine because you're just kind of waiting for it and blocking all day. But in VF, I like to. I think the way I explain the way I like to play usually, Aoi is a little different, but the way I like to play is I like to pressure the opponent to just start attacking more. I'm really just telling them, hey, I want you to attack. And I want you to attack because Leon has got counter hit launcher, he's got evade punish, he's got Sabaki, he's got crush. That's why, right? People are like, why?
You really work with the Sabakis.
So it's like, I mean, okay, so and if people want to understand why that's the case, it's like, well, let's talk about what Leon doesn't have, right? If I want to do normal hit launcher, 4K, but I have to set you up. I have to do like a backdash and you whiff. Right? But if I just see you whiff, this is kind of hard to just 4K that. Like, I could, but it's the risk of you ducking or doing mash low punch or evading it is actually quite high if I didn't do it that fast. This is not the easiest input to do fast like that for that reason.
You use it as with punish.
Yeah, but I have to create the whiff punish with a backdash, or I have to create the condition for it. Whereas like Jackie didn't do that. Jackie's like, oh, you whiff P plus K, right? It's a different thing, right? Oh, you whiff 6K, right? It's different than a 4K. And so
it's like my 4-6 P plus K is in the same way as you use your 4K.
Yes, yeah, you got to set it up, right? Or it's designed to be set up, and
you have to set it up with the movement with the move that pushes away the opponent on block.
Yes.
You 4-4-4 KP.
Correct.
That's a great way to use it.
Yeah, but I like VF's design that way too. Like, because I used to use 4-3 P plus K for this reason too. Like, I like to do like backdash, and then if I saw them do certain move and I thought that the spacing was perfect, it's like, okay, I'll just do this, And then because you play like Jeffrey, it's like 4-4-3P, it's like backdash and just this, and then you can just confirm and be like, okay, But with and then even with John, 4-4-6P, right? And then of course other characters like VF has this in its moveless design. it's like the designer is like, no, this is a good way to use it. That's why we put it in this move list like this. And
It's amazing, yeah. I love that mechanic.
and then, but what Leon doesn't have, right, is like, you know, even if I duck and punish, which Leon likes to crouch, right? Then if I don't have much time, then maybe I have to do I poke PK, which is not much damage, you know. So for Leon to do his normal hit launcher, he started at 19 frames, like 4-6K, 20 frames P plus K, which P plus K is wonderful. It's usually used like, oh, you want to sabaki me, you know, and then it's like P plus K. Oh, you want to throw me, P plus K. Like, oh, I think in this moment that is something Aoi does not have. Is super easy, like a super easy, I really punish you for throw, like emergency button, right? Like Leon has P plus K. Technically, if Akira can do knee, the knee is that. But even if Akira can also do stun palm, PKG, right? Just be like, oh, they're gonna throw PKG, and then do stun palm of doom, right? You know, just like emergency, you have 1 frame to execute. You have 2 frames to execute this, boom, boom, boom. You know, to hit this button. And so Leon has P plus K for that. Like, if I'm moving and it just dawns on me that you're about to throw, then I can just hit P plus K. You know. Aoi, she doesn't, and in Final Showdown is even harder, right? She has to really like do complicated input for something to do like a big reward, but now she can do KPK, right? I think now it's KPK, it's just like KPK, you know, like, oh, they're gonna throw KPK, you know?
Yeah, -9 KPK.
Yeah, -9, or just, it's just the last moment, like your brain just register, oh my god, it's gonna be a throw, KPK, you know? So, and even if you fuzzy, you just...
6 P plus K is a good one too.
Yeah, 6 P plus K is really good.
Into the follow-up, or you can get a stagger in counter hit, so it's really good.
So we were laughing about it. Actually, I was teaching a new a player who was developing, and they're playing Aoi. So we played Aoi versus Aoi on Monday, and it reminded me that when Juicebox and I were when Juicebox was studying Aoi for REVO, but in December, he was like, he told me that 6 P plus K like stagger on counter hit, right? And I was like,
yes.
I was like, why? Like, it's already good. like, I was like, this is like, why you give her the stagger? Like, did they think that her +1 suck or something? You know, like she has a good +1 already. Like, I don't see why they need to add this. Like, this is just like, yeah, we should just add this in. It's like, you want this move to be better? There's other moves to be better. Why you want to make this move even better? You know, like it's like, because now it's like, this is a very powerful game. So this, on Monday I was showing the player. I was like, look, like, you know, I make him block jab and I do 6 P plus K, and then the guessing game is hard because I do KPK, and if you can, you know, and it's already hard to break that stagger for KPK, but if you break the stagger now, there's like a lot of guessing game. So
6 PPs gives you a combo of like 82 damage.
Is it? Oh god, really?
Because you can get the stagger on, if you are on the stagger state, 6 PP launches you.
Is guaranteed?
I mean, it's not guaranteed.
It's virtually guaranteed. Okay, but that's really scary. That's actually, you're right. That's really scary though, because it's an easy confirm too. It's easy. You know it's gonna happen. Yeah, that's an easy confirm, easy input. I need to check that out.
6 PP, KPK. It's like a pretty universal combo.
Okay, that's stupid. But yeah, sorry, that's stupid. But it's like,
yeah, that's stupid. Yeah, it can be done like in certain stances against like very heavyweight characters, but it almost works on any character of the casts almost.
I see. So
it's really good.
Up to heavy middleweight.
Yeah.
Let me see. This is so stupid. 1 sec. This silly thing. I gotta put the mouse inside the game so it doesn't keep resetting the start menu. Okay, so this, and then KPK. Yeah. Oh, that is stupid. That's stupid. That's 84 damage against Akira. What the hell? This is so dumb.
You can get out of that.
I know.
And then
You can definitely break it. Yeah. Yeah. You can. Yeah. I understand, but that is so funny. It's like this is why like. That's why when we saw that they staggered, I'm like, that's already strong. When just the idea that 6 people, I was like, 6 people's K is such a good move already. It's like, oh, you whiff, I can do this. Minus 13, I can 6 you know. I don't know what else to do. 6 people's KP, and it's already high mid. You know, high mid is good. So.
And it's like half circular, the first one.
Yeah.
So you can get a counter hit if the opponent tries to Abare, but you can get it if they try to evade too. So that's crazy.
It's crazy. It's really crazy. So yeah, and so yeah, it's already a really good move, and the 6 PP KPK is just. It's just like really, but yeah, but it's okay. I mean, the thing is, I actually really like Aoi in Final Showdown like a lot, but I just kind of explained because she's, you know, beginners want to play her. She's a very appealing character, you know, and at that time I'm like, they're like, is Aoi good? I'm like, actually, I think she's underrated because I think she's really good, but the problem is, as a beginner, she's really in Final Showdown. She's really hard to play. Like, the things you want to do for different situations are kind of difficult. And she's a character where to win with her at the high level, she can do it, but she needs to have good, like, reading ability, you know? And so she's not just automatically controlling, she kind of have to read a bit. And some people define that as a bad character. You know, I'm like, VF has always encouraged reading. There's no avoiding it. So, you know, so I consider her a really good character because at the highest level, she can do amazing things and control the fight. But she needs to understand her game and the opponent's game. So she's technical.
She has a really great weakness, like Leon, for example, that you told me. If you evade every time to her body, she's like really limited.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, almost every half circular evaded to the body is misses. Because, for example, 4K, you can evade it to the body. 6P plus K, you can evade it to the body. And I had one more that you can evade to the body. I don't remember which one was. But you can evade almost everything to the body and you will be fine.
Yeah.
The only one that covers the body is 6XP. But it's a slow move and it's not so fast to input too. So you can evade to the body and you will be free almost every time of hard circulars.
Yeah, you know, 2 years ago, one of my favorite memories, even though 2 years ago I went to EVO Japan, so I went to Japan and I got to hang out with the players there. You know, I got to go to the bar with the pros and it's so much fun. But one of my favorite memory actually too is also when I went to Paris with my family, and from Paris I went to Kingo's town and fought with Kingo for a few hours. And we had so much fun, went back and forth, and his Aoi is so much fun to fight against, and the combination of the skill that's used and the reading with using Aoi sweep was just so much fun to fight against that. So hard, but so fun. Because it's like because he read it well, and then he committed well each time, almost every time. It was very scary, and he just like, I'm gonna get you, like I'm gonna outguess you on this stupid thing in different ways. But it was really hard, right? It's like if you get counter hit, he did the okizeme, right? Which meant he already knew he didn't cancel, he didn't tenchi. He just know he's gonna get the counter hit because he's like probably you and me both. animation checking. You're watching the opponent character. When you see the attack animation, you know you got counter hit. So then you're like, okay, I know I got counter hit. That was the thing driving me crazy on the rollback today, though. You know, I'm like, the game just told me it hit. You know, but that said, no, but his command of that, and then when he would, you know, sweep, he would guard cancel, or he would go to Tenchi. His guess was really good, and it was fun. It was just like, I'm gonna P plus K, you know. The thing that I could have done more was Leon 2K K plus G is very good if they commit to doing Tenchi. So, you know, so that's like the thing that I want to do against Aoi. Now that said, 1K is much easier to do, but again, if you really want to make the Aoi like hate doing Tenchi, it's a 2K K plus G, but it's a very hard, it's a Yomi. It's like you have to predict. So, you know.
Yes, I've seen that you stop doing that in a fight. You start.
I wanted to test it. I wanted to test your skill, but you were doing a lot of ECD, and I'm like, okay. Like you also know that once you see 2K, just 2G, just stay down, you know, because if you can avoid it, then
doing 2P after and.
Actually, I wanted to do uppercut, and it 2P came out. I was like, damn it, you know. But it's like, that's okay. I don't know if it would have changed the result. I think you evaded anyway, but it was funny, you know. but it was just, but it's like you know that you want to do uppercut. But if I uppercutted, you would have punished me. So, you know, uppercut's really good, but if it gets evaded, can be, you know, punished. So, you know, and now we know that, and we know now that, you know, Aoi's got, like, if it's minus 13, Aoi's got 6P plus KP, 6PP, KPK, which is stupid. You know? So it's like,
no, that's only on counter hit though.
Okay, only in that? Okay, alright, just checking. Okay.
Only on counter hit because of the stagger.
Yeah.
If you punish minus 13, you won't get a counter hit. So.
Right, so it's gotta be just, yeah, so she gotta do something else. But she has KPK, she has K. You know? I like the changes they made. At least now, all levels of play can play Aoi. That's good. That's good. And so you can teach a beginner how to play Aoi, but also you yourself can get the reward of playing the high level Aoi, because I think it's an amazing experience to play high level Aoi, I think.
It's a bit tilting, I think, from my experience. I think people get very, very tilted, but it's fun. Yeah.
Those people would get tilted by Virtua Fighter's nature, because it's that thing is, you know, how I explain it to someone. A lot of times, like in my local scene, someone said, "Hey, Chanchai, what is it that you like about Virtua Fighter so much?" Right? And I will tell them, well, one of the things I love so much is that Virtua Fighter is really fast-paced. Like, you have no idea until you get good at this game how fast-paced this game is. It's so thrilling. It is the most thrilling experience. But I was like, but the other part of that is that no matter what your opponent does, in general, almost always, 99%, there's multiple good answers to deal with what they're doing. And then, and they're like, isn't that true of all fighting games? Like, no. I'm like, if you play enough fighting games, you realize sometimes there's just one good answer and then the alternative. and sometimes, like, you really feel stupid if you're not doing like a really good answer. But in Virtua Fighter, there's actually a lot of good answers, like a good reason to do something, a good reason to not go for the max damage. Actually, you know, maybe you're going more for win condition, maybe you're going more for something else, maybe you're trying, maybe it has to do with the player too. But this game is so expressive. But then the flip side, they're like, well, you know, I was like, the flip side to that is that the appealing thing then about Virtua Fighter, there's always an answer. What's the downside? Well, no matter what you're doing, your opponent has multiple good answers to deal with you. And I like that. I like it. That's why you see me like you'll see in the video when you and I fight, I'm like, oh, I like that. And you've seen me do this on video, right? You see me just kind of, when someone did something that was either new or surprising or at least showed their skill, I'm happy because I'm like, ooh, I want to punish him for doing that too, you know. But like I want to come up with a way to beat that. You know, it's fun, right? This is for me the fun of the game. But for a lot of people, they're like, oh, I feel so good, I'm beating them down. They keep bragging about how they won against this guy, and I'm kind of like, are you trying to make it unfun for them? But anyways, but then when the person starts beating them, they get so mad, and I'm like, well, this is the game where, you know, like I think you gotta love the fight because it goes both ways. They can do anything, they can do a lot to you, and it's cool, but you can do a lot to them, and it's awesome, right? So it's about, and then that's why we have that's why this is a game where we talk about mind games. That's why we talk about outsmarting the opponent, because this game is so player versus player. The characters have a lot of constraints on it, but this game, the characters are very open enough to let you express. If I want to play Akira as a grappler, I could. It doesn't mean I should or want to, but I could, you know. But everybody grapples in this game. Everybody's striker. Everybody's zone. You know, and just like the game we talked about, I have a bad joke about that, right? Where, because I have to teach people when they realize that they're losing to someone baiting them. So I'm like, you know, if somebody's baiting you, sometimes you should just, if it's not working for you to chase them, sometimes you should bait the baiter so you can be the master baiter. You know, and it's like a dirty joke, but you know, but it helped them remember this, you know. but I'm kind of like, you know, so you know, like, because it's like, that's, some people might think that's just Tekken. It's like, no, this is VF very much in this game, you know.
Yes.
But and if you get tired of somebody outguessing you, that's how you can play, you know. It's just another way to play.
Yeah, just keep staring at them until they fail.
Yeah, and sometimes, yeah, just hold the guard throw skip and watch them. You know, just watch what they do. Watch them just kind of wanting to wait for you to attack. You know.
I think that's a great way to play against Aoi, and that's my recommendation sometimes.
Yeah.
Just staring at her and waiting for her to bait, like with Banish, or trying to bait some things into Sundome K or Sundome P, or canceling some stuff, trying to Yomi but getting bad frames. You just watch what she's doing, and try to be patient and press the button at the time where she's vulnerable, because she will be.
No, she
like,
it's
essentially an impulsive character.
It's one of the big skills in this game, actually. And actually, one of my favorite skills to use when fighting against Eileen is to focus on recovery hit. Recovery hit's very strong, especially if you fight like Vanessa, because she has so many highs, you know, so many high EXI, and it's just like, okay, just recovery hit, and it's just like, and some players get the funny thing on the community VF Discord is watching people who get mad when somebody plays this right now. And they try to say they're not playing real VF. It's like, no, this is VF. This is also VF. It's
recovery, playing on recovery frames is like a very tough thing to do. Like, I think it's like a very high level play. For example, when people complain about 4-3P, from Aoi, they are not taking into account the recovery frames, because that's like the last step to punishing a move.
right.
People think the move is broken because they take into account everything except the last step, which is taking into account the recovery frames. If you sidestep it, or if you make it with, which are the most hard strategies against a move that seems broken, but in the core of the move there are some recovery frames that you are not taking into account. It happens a lot with, for example, Akira's elbow. Akira's elbow seems like a very, very good move, but if you take into account the recovery frames, there's a way to punish it, and there's a way to counter it. It's like hidden. It's a hidden way to punish it. It's not visible. It's not intuitive.
But it's a beautiful thing about this game's design, though. But it is still pretty hard with Akira, actually, even with that, using that, but it's true. But that's partly because of the fear of the guess that Akira puts on you. Because sometimes, as I said, one of the things that's scary until you get used to fighting Akira is when sometimes you're going to try to be clever. You try to evade, and he hit you with like delayed 6xp, right? No, he hit you with delayed, right? He hit you with delayed dashing elbow. Okay. And then he okay, so that happens. And then but you're gonna think, oh, he called it out. But actually he was just doing 6xp and sometimes he delayed, especially like you do backdash evade and he hit you with 666p, right? Because now it has a long range, and also 666p has a high chance of being delayed.
Yes.
And sometimes like and again you're like, oh, he must have read me so well. No, he just happened to do a really good move that's just always really good, you know. And it's just like and so this is what's good. But fighting you has a similar effect, which is what I like, which is it can be discouraging. It's like, oh man, like, because the thing is, what I've taught other people is that the thing is, when you cut down your opponent's options, when you close a door, it actually opens multiple other doors because what you're doing has answers to it. And it's the same way the other way. So if your opponent closes your doors, there are other doors that open. So you need to like remember this, because it can get very tunnel vision, because a lot of players, and I fell victim to this today, even though I give this advice, people will start to like, if you keep cutting your options off, if you keep trimming, you're like, I'm gonna do less of this, gonna do less of this, do less of this. Before you know it, you're not doing enough. But that's not how this game works. The way this game works is that when they close something, there's other ways to attack that thing they're doing. You just need to move, like in the season change, you know. And so in this game, yeah, this game moves in seasons. And I was like, the difference between like the veteran player and some of the newer players who only play ranked is that the veteran player in this game have probably played long battles with the same person, like 100 games, 200 games. And when you do that, you start to see like, okay, how do I beat this thing? And then you figure it out, but then they beat what you're doing. So then you start moving and you get the experience. And then that's why when the veteran play the guy who's really strong on ranked, but the veteran is still winning, the gap is really this, the veteran knows where this game is going. So they're ready to make the change. As soon as you beat what they're doing, they're on to the next game, you know. But
that's crazy, yeah.
But like, but if you only play ranked, you're gonna be blind. You're gonna play this game tactics with no strategy.
Like you can win playing very superficially in ranked, because we don't have many players, so you may repeat games in ranked.
Yeah.
But the experience in ranked usually is with different people every time. So that's true. You don't unlock for yourself the ability to gain depth on your game plan and on your options, because you are always winning with your first plan or your first options that come out of your mind.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, would you like to do a little sparring? I know it's really late your time, so if you have to go to bed, it's okay. But I was gonna... Sounds like this is a hard choice because you need to go to bed. But
it's a hard choice because I love playing with good people, and I think you've been really nice with us. But I haven't really ate, so...
Oh, no, go eat. Go eat.
Have dinner.
No problem, but we will play again soon. I've always been meaning to play with you, so you invited me a while ago, and it's like I wanted to fight you. That said, once Soyokai approached me about being a secret boss, though, I was like, okay, I guess we'll play when we meet, and it'll be more exciting, you know. because I was like, there's a high chance it will be Laufares, you know. Like, I mean, anybody could win the tournament, but there's a high chance it will be Laufares. So I guess I just won't rush into this. But I did want to fight you because, like I said, I actually love fighting Leon versus Aoi, and even in Final Showdown, you know, some people are like, what do you think of the matchup? matchup, I was like, I think it's a good matchup, honestly. Like, superficially, it sounds like Leon, I could say Leon is very scary for Aoi, but I know that a really good Aoi, though, is going to read and going to start, like, forcing into certain things. So I think the guessing game's interesting. And even in Final Showdown, I'm like, these are two characters that have a lot of tools. So, like, so I have, even in Final Showdown, I think the matchup is very interesting. So I'm like, it's always about the player. So I'm thinking, what will the player do? And then now with REVO, yeah, it is more intimidating to me, but it still feels the same. It still feels like this is a very interesting matchup. But the risks are scary. Like, to me, the risks are very scary, but they're not scarier than Akira. They're not scarier than Jackie. You know, but it is scary. But it's also like,
I
think it's fair.
Comfortable playing Akira, and like, I don't know why.
Yeah, because it's I think it's because he compressed it. This is why those characters don't like fighting Aoi, right? Because their game compresses, right? Akira is like, I have good mids, I have good throw, I have guard breaks, you know? And Aoi's like, I don't care about either of, like, I have stuff to deal with all of that, you know? It's like, you really want to press it into mid throw with me? Okay. You know what I mean? And so he's like, okay. So then Akira's like, okay, right? Then Akira realized that, because that's what Akira does to Leon, right? Akira against Leon is just like, you need to play mid throw. That's what we're playing. We're playing mid throw. It's like, if you try to do anything else, I'm gonna 4 PKG and you're not gonna be happy. And the risk to me is not that high. We're gonna play mid throw, right? Aoi is just like, mid throw all the way, sure, I can deal with that. You know. So then Akira is just kind of like, let me use time. I'm playing like Lao now. You know. So,
and you have to play a very delayed offense with Akira against Aoi. That's really tough for most Akira players.
Yeah, especially because the Akira players are so, like, really, they're very like push. You know, it's like, and it's like, okay. I always just like yawn. You know, like. So.
If you always play frame 1 against Aoi, if you play an Aoi that knows what to do with every read, you will lose.
That's really
you play frame 1.
That's why I like when the Jackie players are also complaining. They're just like, I really hate fighting Aoi. You know, and they hated fighting her in Final Showdown. You know, and it's just like, but it's also like, is that saying something about your game? But it's because they're using really strong generalized tools, right? But Aoi is like very strong counter-offensive tools, so you know. But
the Shaggy has a lot of highs, which is a problem. I have 3-3P, 4-3P, and a lot of high crashes, which is like problematic too. And I can Tenchi. For example, the flash sword, I can Tenchi it and get a full combo, for example.
Yeah.
Which is tough.
Yes, and so I will let you finally eat. You've played the tournament and done this, but thank you for your time with me. Thanks for the chats. Thanks so much for the matches. I'm looking forward to more and more battles, and I think you and I are gonna have so much fun fighting each other and building our knowledge together even more. You know, well, our application.
I don't like that.
But I think. But your Aoi is very awesome. Your Aoi live up to the expectations, and
thank you very much. You're Leon too. I love playing you guys, the DNA folks, because I think you are on another level on experience, because you have a community that's really old.
Yeah.
And on gameplay too, because you get to play with each other at a high level a lot of times, so you master the game a lot more. So I love to play against you, and against you particularly, and against players from the region, because I think that I'm developing as a player. I don't have a lot of experience. I I don't have a lot of hours, a lot of training, and maybe not a lot of knowledge in most cases because I don't have people to play most matchups here. And I need like some games against you guys up the north because the community here is developing in numbers of players, but also in a skill level basis.
Yes.
So I can't really put to test that much my true skill and my true capabilities playing here most of the time. You know what I mean?
Well, what I'm gonna say is I know exactly what you mean because to be honest, that's how we feel in North America, anyways. But it is a different scale, and what you are experiencing, we both experience it, right? Now, in the last 5 years, we've been able to really keep it active, and I think myself, both as a player and also as someone trying to teach the game, I think our community and myself got way better at teaching the game in the last 5 years, also, because we started, and for 25 years, I try to learn each time I try to teach because I've been teaching VF for a long time, right? And I teach it over and over whenever a new game comes out. And so, and I learn from the mistakes. I go like, the way I taught before, I think there's maybe a little better way to teach it, or this is what happens. Like, these are the downsides, these are the upsides, just like training in the match, right? And I like teaching. So what I will remind you though too is that, and I know you know this, so this is not a lecture to you. This is a reminder to people watching my video. So a reminder to people watching my video is that this is a player versus player game. So yes, you want to have those matches at the elite level. You do. When you're a player like me or Laufares, you really hunger. You want this, right? At the same time, we also have to remind ourselves that like those players that we are teaching, helping get better, the matches with them teaches us a lot too. Matches with weaker players teach you so much. Because a lot of times when you fight at the elite level, there's a lot of cutting options out, or at least cutting the decision space down. But like we said in VF, it still opens doors. But a lot of times the combination of speed, skill, execution is going to really cut down sometimes. And so what happens is it's good, it's best if you're the one that's able to dictate that pace. But the problem is if you're just following it, like if you're only learning from fighting elite level players, you're playing on a narrow decision space. And when you do that, you don't see the full spectrum of the game. So then when you get used to fighting people that are elite, and then you go back and you fight people that are learning, the learning people might beat you because they're going to do slow things. They're going to do things the other doesn't do. And you cannot let yourself forget how to fight that, how to fight decision versus decision. You want to build many gears so that you're like, oh, I just need to go down a few gears. And I need to just, like Gentleman Thief says, the key is you want to be a step ahead of your opponent. You don't want to be too many steps ahead of your opponent. If you're too many steps ahead of your opponent, you're going to outplay yourself. And when I teach beginners, is do not mind game yourself. Do not mix yourself up. If something is working against your opponent, make them prove to you. They have to prove it to you that they can change up, that they can beat it. And then, of course, over time, that same opponent, you'll know if they can beat it or not, so that changes the dynamic, but you need to at least, they have to earn your respect. You can't give it for free. A lot of beginners, they don't understand how to play a mix-up game because they're going to just they're going to change up when something that's working because they're so afraid that the opponent's going to, do the right answer, even though you did the right answer 5 times in a row. You can afford for them to guess right 2 or 3 times. Just, make them do that first. But if you go ahead and go, I think I'm going to mix up now. I've seen so many players get so angry. How did you know I was going to mix up? It's like, well, I did. You're the one that mixed up. I just blew you up. So yeah, it's but that said, but that time teaching those players helps me a lot. Keeps perspective, it keeps me humble. being humble is really good. It's a natural instinct for some elites, not you. You're very open, and I've heard you've actually been teaching people. But there's some elites where they try to. It's like they know they're strong, but they want to maintain that same. They want to keep being strong by them being in the same place, and that's the worst mindset, right? You're like, no, you need to make your scene stronger, because what happens when you cross the ocean? What happens? It's. I'm not happy being a big fish in a small pond. I want to be a big fish in the ocean. I want to be a big fish in the world.
Same. That's what I think too when I teach people. I teach people the game every day. Literally every day, because I've been on vacation now for 15 days. Now it ended, but I was teaching different people the game every day, playing with them in different styles, in different fashions, trying to make them get better. Because in the first place, I think you're totally right when you say that you learn a lot, but by teaching the game to other people, like you put into words a lot of stuff that you maybe feel playing the game, but you are not totally conscious about. And also, people playing you in different manners, different ways, different skill levels, really make you a better player too. And if you want to get better and to get better fights with your opponents, you have to make them better as players, so you can get more fair fights when both opponents have the same information, the same knowledge, the same skills. The games are a lot better and a lot more competitive, and I'm aiming for that in our community in South America. I'm aiming for a community where everyone has all the information at hand, all the techniques, all the knowledge needed to play competitive high-level games.
Yes.
It's not possible in all cases, because as you said before, talking with Kai, a lot of people don't have the patience.
Right.
But I try to get on with those few players that have the patience and would like to work on their game and love the game.
Yes.
To get as well as me, and also to be better than me. I would like people to beat me, to make me learn from my mistakes, prove me wrong on my game plan. That's like
I have trained people that have been able to beat me, knock me out of a tournament, and then I come back and I take them down, and it's fun. It's really fun when you get there, and and just like you said, for me as a teacher, I want to help people get to where they can possibly get, or where they are going to enjoy it, right? But my hope is that, I definitely hope to find those students that are going to become like my rival and get them there too. And then, because rivals push each other forward,
Yes.
And at the same time, so for each person it's going to be a different thing, and sometimes you can't predict it too. Sometimes that guy who seemed like he had no potential comes out of nowhere and starts like winning everything. I've seen that too. So it's one of those where I'm just open about it, and I just fight when I can, right? And teach when I can too, because the teaching helps. When there's more people, look, it feels better to be like, let's say you were number 4. It feels better to be number 4 out of 100 than to be number 4 out of 20. And so, but that said, it feels awesome to be number 1, but at the same time, sometimes number 1 can feel lonely, and you want to just get other people there too. And the last thing you want is to see them just kind of give up and think that it's just, first I want them to have fun, but each person is going to be different. But it's really great, and as long as the game itself is like more popular, and then there's more people playing, it has that chance to keep going forward, and then it has that chance for you to have those rivals, But if so, when I actually during Final Showdown 2012, I made a very conscious decision about how I was going to structure the way I was guiding the community in my local scene in Portland. And that was, I was like, okay, I'm going to be spending double time. I'm not saying you have to do this. We all have lives. But I was like, I'm going to spend double time. For about 2 weeks, for 2 days out of each week, we're going to have sessions for everyone. For 1 to 2 days per week, we're going to have sessions just for those that I believe intend to play in tournaments and really show that they have hit like a threshold, right? And so we're going to have basically a group that has extra training that is really hungry for competitive play. And that worked really well. We had a very competitive scene, and we still, the players that didn't have as much potential yet were having a lot of fun, and we're enjoying VF as much as anyone ever had in any time that I've done the community. But then we also had like a group that was trying so hard to push each other to be stronger, and it was great. And I think that worked out really well, because you kind of have to have both. I was like, you need to have the people, if you cut out the people that are not that strong, your scene just gets smaller. But I've seen players that have a tendency to do that, so I had to really pull them aside and said, this is how I'm doing this community. Do not turn away those guys that are weak. We're gonna have that one special day or 2 special days to really be serious about our training. But every other day, I'll just try to matchmake when we're all grouped together, so that so you can play the strong players, and I'll just get those other players to play people that are gonna have fun and help them find their way.
Yeah, I see you're doing a really strong job, a really humble job, a really good job for the community. I love that. I love to see that, to hear that, and I've noticed it. I've noticed it in your streams, in the energy that your chat has. I think you're doing a really, really good job for the community and for the game, and I love that. And I think, I mean, for me, that makes you a really important figure in the community. That's why
thank you very much.
So glad that you got to play with us today.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, me too. And at the same time, of course, everybody has to manage their time, and everybody has to prioritize. That's life, right? We don't get infinite time to play VF, but we get the time that we can manage around our life. So if you're if your focus is on the development of just the elite players, it's okay. Because just hopefully there's somebody in your community that's also helping to make sure everybody else is counted for, right? And so that's what I mean by that too. But if you happen to really love playing with the up and coming, it's great too. But again, as a personal goal, though, I know that you want to keep fighting the strongest, so definitely, by all means, that's what I do too, right? And I love doing it. On my streams, some of the strongest I cannot, I don't post the video online because it's they don't want to be seen, they don't want to, most of them are cool though. Most players understand it's actually good to be exposed. It's like you think you're going to be more exposed than the Japanese players, but at the same time I respect privacy. It's true that some people use privacy in a bad way, but there's a lot of people that use privacy for good reasons, and it's not my business to know why, but it's just okay, if you don't want to be on video, no problem. I don't want to cause trouble for you. But if you want to be, but I do go I do prefer. So people that are willing to be streamed, it's more likely I'll say yes.
Obviously you're a content creator.
Well, it's that, but I want people to see it. I want people to see good VF. I want people to see good local VF. You know what I mean? Good regional VF, good local VF. If they don't see it, they think it doesn't exist. And if you don't stream it, sometimes you will see the scene die. And then they'll say, what are you talking about? We've been doing locals here and there. And they're like, I didn't know about that. You didn't post about it. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where that's why if I know about a local, even not in my region, not in my area, I try to mention it because I'm trying to tell people there are people that might be near you playing VF. And if I know how to connect you with them, I will, because I just want more people playing VF when they can. You know?
I try a lot of strategies to find new people to play, and I try to apply them.
Keep it
very
up.
often.
Awesome.
We are not many players.
Yeah, but culture is definitely a big factor. That's why, just like it does speak to me a lot when you can feel it in Soil Kai stream. That it's like we want Latin American VF, right? And this is a big deal for Latin American VF. And I think it's really important to understand that because I think, yes, we want more global VF. We also want more regional VF because regional VF is just so damn fun. And then global VF is really fun when when all the regions come together and show the different flavors of it, the diversity, the mind, like those cultural aspects are fun. When sometimes there's friction. That's true, but that's rare. In my case, the love of VF trumps it usually. Usually people's love of VF will overcome. I mean, I'm in the Chinese WeChat, right? So I get to listen to them chats. So I have to listen to them chat about the way they talk about Americans, but we're having fun when we talk about VF, and I'm not offended by what they say. I'm like, well, you know, so it's similar when I come back from China and I tell people I went to China and they want to talk about all the negative things, and I'm wanting to talk about what a fun time I had in China, right? And they're just like, oh, but you know, and it's like, okay, I guess this has gone political already. You know, so it's like, but when we talk about VF, then they're like, what was it like playing VF in China, right? And it's like, this is what is good about that, you know. And when I go to Wasacon, ask me, you know, like, what is it like teaching Americans Virtua Fighter? And I'm like, there's some challenges. I think with Japanese, if they know that you're good or they know that you're a teacher, they're gonna listen, right? But I was like, but with Americans, at least for United States, a lot of U.S. Americans, they like to, they just want to do what they want to do. So, and that's okay, but you kind of have to, so sometimes you have to start with kind of helping them find out how to do what they want to do, but then you have to kind of point out all the things that they struggled with on the way and why, you know, and then they kind of learn that way. And whereas with Japanese, what I've seen is the teacher just tells them, just do this, and then they're like, okay, and they do it, you know, and then, but the difference that I see is that actually, I find that Americans can come up with interesting solutions to problems. They might not do, you know, but at the same time, the Japanese, they'll know the right answer, but they'll have trouble. The developing player in Japan seems like they have trouble if I do something weird, or if I do something creative, it's gonna really mess them up, you know. And
that's interesting. Yeah.
And then even the high-level players, because I kind of know the way that they're going to try to study a new opponent, I kind of know how to kind of just, you know, beat them right away and then run with it for a bit, and then when they start getting serious, to like be prepared for the kill mode and then run away with that, you know, so then it becomes interesting. But it's because they're all following certain process, but there's good reasons that they do what they do, and reasons why I should do it that way too. But so I'm like, so that's interesting. So with Japanese, it's like, you know, this is a culture that has had craftsmen and hierarchy and has a lot of like an artisanship. This like, just listen and just follow the fundamentals, so they master the basics really fast. American is so hard to teach the basics. How do I just hit with this big thing? And then it's like, well, how come you're not using the big thing? And they're like, well, because I don't want them to punish it. It's like, okay, you know.
I feel like sometimes teaching, people want to do what they want to do.
It's hard.
But at the same time, they want to win.
Yeah.
So it's like weird to know what to do there.
Well, that's where you get to ask the question. So that's when I go, do you want to win, or do you want to just do what you want to do? And when they say they really want to win, then I'm like, okay, let's get to work on the basics. You know. But actually, usually I can get them into the basics. I found ways to make the basics interesting for them. But it depends on their background. So that's like a detailed. For me, it's detailed because of my experience. So it's just like, oh, you come from Tekken? Okay, so in Tekken it looked like this, right? Check this out in VF. And they're like, oh my god. You know? And then it's like, oh, you're coming from Street Fighter. So in Street Fighter you're trying to do this, right? Check this out in VF. And they're like, oh, okay. Right? But then I go into the core basics of VF, and a lot of times I start with the boxing, but the hard part about teaching with the boxing though is if they turn it into dogma, they're gonna just lose to like Backdash, they're gonna lose to like John, they're gonna lose to Shun, they're gonna lose to Leifei, they're gonna blame the game, they're gonna say this is crap, you know, and so I have to kind of manage that on the way and manage expectation and keep them humble as a student.
One thing that is true is that you have to know the rules to know how to break them.
Yes.
If you only break the rules but you don't know what you're doing or you do it unconsciously, you will not have like the best results you can.
Yeah.
But once you got the fundamentals in your gameplay, you can break the rules and put your personality and your intention in the character in the game, but like with some knowledge. Breaking the rules with some fundamentation on your arguments, let's say, or your game plans.
Right. No, for sure. And I do, you know, again, each student, for me, I'm complicated in how I teach, but it's up to the student. But that doesn't mean that it's always the same. But it's just more like I kind of respond to what I see that their needs are, and then I kind of just see where we're going. One of the hardest things, and one of the biggest ones to teach, though, but it's like you can't. It's hard to be effective until you actually play with them online or in person. Is buffering. This is so hard to. It is so hard to teach. It's easy on paper, and some people get it right away. But some people are so used. If they come from other fighting games, it's harder because other fighting games might punish them for inputting early, and so they want to input on time, right? And on time is a little later than VF, right? And so it's like and so teaching buffering has been funny, but like one of the sessions I had with the Pi player recently that's like learning, and I just kind of they challenged me to first to 10, so we played, and then I just explained to everybody what the problem was, you know, and then that's when a lot of people watched that video and said, oh, like that made so much sense to me, right? And it's because they got to feel it through them. They're like, why is it not working? Why are the frames not working? It's like the frames not working because he's not buffering. And I was like, and in this game, if you try to, a lot of people try to input on time because it's like Street Fighter, like Tekken, right? But and those games have maybe like a 5-frame input buffer, but Street Fighter is really strict. If it's not a special, it's really strict, right? And so I'm like, so in VF though, it doesn't have to be strict. You just have to go early, not late, early, you know. But people just don't know that they're late, and so he doesn't know he's late. He doesn't, and so I show it to him. So then that's why I lectured him on I was like, hey, let's go back in there and let's walk it through. And I was like, watch me like mash low punch against you. See how you're not beating it, but you know that you're +5. You know that on paper you should be beating this if you block it and attack. But see what's happening is you're not buffering. You're trying to block. You're trying to wait till you recover and then input your move, and it's too late. And not only is it too late, it's like not only is it too late, you are more than 5 frames late. You know. So I was like, so please try to do it early. Do you feel a difference now? And they're like, yeah. And then I go jab elbow. So I go PG 6P. Okay, I'm just gonna block it. I'm gonna do 2P. Do you see the difference here, right? And then now look at what it looks like when you do it perfectly, right? When you do it right, you know. And that's usually because that's offline. I taught a lot of people, and PG 6P is usually the one that really helps them. But sometimes they have to see the 2P, 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 2P to understand it. And telling them, yeah, this is you're 5 frames ahead. I was like, and then when they get good at it, I was like one player was El Blaze. I was like, watch this, block the low. Now that you're getting used to this, can you imagine this? Block the low punch, do 4P plus K. And they're like, wait, what? You know? And they see that the uppercut win, right? They see 17 frame launch, like counter hit launcher wins, right? And it's like, yeah, see, you just need to buffer, you know? But it's hard to get people there if you just tell them. And if you play with them and you get them to pay attention, then it works. But sometimes it takes me a while to get them there. It's surprising, but that's the challenge as a teacher. You know.
Yes, I'm not as experienced as you in teaching the game. I think I started with the launch of this game, So,
Really? You're pretty amazing at it.
yeah, my story with VF is like really strange, but I don't want to make it that long.
Okay, but I do want you to tell me some other time though, because I want to hear it. But I want to let you eat, so I don't want to make you starve for it. But I would love to hear your story sometime. I really do.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll do. We'll talk.
This generation, look, right now, a lot of players during REVO, us in America, we're saying this too. Like, this is the fastest we've seen people get good at this game. This is absolutely the fastest we've seen people get good at this game. And you know, we think it's a combination of everything, right? But I think rollback is a big one. Rollback is a huge factor because more people are playing each other online and having the confidence that it's working, right? The speed might have errors in the rollback. The rollback might drive me crazy, but the fact is that at the low level, people have the confidence to block and do low punch back. People have the confidence to block a low attack online right now. They did not feel this way. Like, because, you know, the advantage I have during Ultimate Showdown on delay-based netcode is I know how it's supposed to work, and then I can test it, and if it doesn't work, I can make adjustments. But that's because I know I have a baseline. I know what it's supposed to do, and then I can go, okay, well, this is what it is going to do. So I'm going to work around it. Some other people is like, it's not doing what it's supposed to do, I hate it. And I'm like, okay. But for me, I'm like, as we talked about earlier, we'll make adjustments. But REVO, even if rollback is, you know, tricky on the eyes for you and me, for someone that's really sharp, but not as tricky on the eyes for others, the speed, the responsiveness of rollback netcode, the illusion, it gives you the confidence to go ahead and just do what you think you're supposed to do. And that's why, and so the number one thing I heard on the first day of the beta was people going, oh my god, I love this, like, it's like when I block and I punch back and it actually stops what they're gonna do, meaning the buffering thing, right? They're like, this buffering really works. And so what was happening was on delay-based netcode, they didn't feel like it was working. And you know, I mean, I would just say, we'll try to input it earlier, but they just didn't feel confident doing that, you know? And then in REVO, they're like, oh, this is how it's supposed to work, yeah. And if it doesn't work that way, they have the willingness to try it, to test it, and be like, no, I think it should. And then they're like, oh, it does, you know? So I think that's been probably the biggest factor, but I do like to think we're better at teaching the game now. The Japanese we're able to at least tell some people that can find it where to find the Japanese videos, where to look at high-level play, and where to look at your region's play if you want to have that pride that you're like, someone in my continent or in my country is playing, you know? So I think all these things come together, and the communication's better, but also after COVID, a lot of people just got better at understanding fighting games nowadays.
Yes, that's it. And PC release.
The PC is huge.
I think.
Yes, yeah. And then also that the PC audience is a hardcore audience. So the number might not be quote unquote as big, but this core audience that is on PC is big enough, and that's what we're seeing too. We're seeing a hardcore audience so happy to play VF in the way that they've been wanting to play it on PC and with rollback netcode. So I think this is so now we're like, this is the fastest we're seeing people get stronger and stronger, you know, and kind of understanding VF. And you know, a player like me has to admit that that for me, delay-based netcode worked it wasn't my favorite thing, but it was workable because it had worked better than I imagined it would have worked. It's the reason that I was happy with the rollback netcode. I was like, this works way better than I imagined, and I got really good at how to adapt my game with it, and also like kind of how to adapt it back to offline and play between the two, right? And I thought, and it was really good. In fact, I mean, the thing I don't like about rollback is that the information is a little more noisy, but they've made it much better. during the beta, it was so much worse. During the beta, the hit sparks would continue to spark, and the sound would go off. Now, when it does a rollback, you don't hear the sound, you don't see the hit spark, but like it just quickly cuts to the rollback, and so you're like, okay, I can live with this, but it's annoying, but I can live with this. But so it's noisy, but it's super playable, right? And again, I'm never gonna say that was the reason I lost today, because it wasn't. And you and I both were dealing with it, and at the same time, you and I both were adapting to it. And so we were fighting like warriors. But during the delay base, it's cleaner information, but you have to work with delay. So so it's like the information's cleaner, but you also have to kind of be a master of time, go like, oh, I need to do this early, I need to make a guess here, like maybe this is too early for me to read, to see and confirm, so I need to confirm with the animation more than the hit. All right, I'll let you go, but go ahead and what would you like to say to end this chat?
It was a pleasure playing with you. It was a very hyped match I had for a long time playing with you. I didn't know I was going to play you when I was playing the tournament. That was really fun. It was a surprise for me when I got to win the tournament. And I hope we can get more matches. We can talk later, probably, some more. I'd love to. I like the way you chat and the way you think about the game and all the stuff that surrounds it.
Did a great job giving me the secret, right?
That's it, I think.
I kept it really secret this time.
Yes.
You did a very good job keeping it secret.
The point of a secret was if somebody knows about it.
Well, I kept it very secret.
Nova pretty much snitched on himself.
Did he? I see.
He was like on my chat, hey man, great games earlier, the Netcode was pretty great, and then Laufares was like, yo, nobody's a secret boss for me.
But well, I did want it to keep it secret because most importantly, I wanted it to be hype for you, and at the same time, like hype for your audience for Latin America VF, because I think that makes it more exciting and more memorable, and is better, So I was like, it's really important to just not say anything about this, to anyone. But it was great.
Also, by the way, we all got better faster this time because all the information is already available for us. I mean, it's an old game, all the information is on YouTube and virtuafire.com, so it's pretty easy to learn stuff if you want to.
No, I agree with that, and I agree that basically, because a lot of the information is much more complete now. People can also answer questions much better now too. And
yeah, that's also true. I still need someone to help me out on the Kage versus Aoi matchup.
Kage versus Aoi gonna be
explain to me stuff, more specific stuff.
That one's really
takes more time.
That one's really hard.
I can actually laugh, but I want people to spoon feed me the info faster because I don't have that much time to laugh lately.
Dude, but yeah, I would say Jimi and Konraku are ones that could probably do a decent job with the conversation of that.
I mean, yeah, I gotta bother Jimi more often.
Yeah, Jimi will have really good.
I don't wanna bother him because he's busy with work lately.
I see. We just ignore.
Yeah, I'm glad. I feel like I played pretty well against Laufares today. I feel like I did pretty good. It's like he didn't steamroll over me like he usually does. He had to work a bit harder today. But I feel like the distance between he and me is bigger now. So I need someone to guide me a bit on that.
All right, you're gonna get it. I do think it's. I mean, in my head, just my concepts of Kage is like a bit tough, only because tougher because of. Well, not really. I mean, you've got counter hit. It's just that there's vulnerabilities that I can see. Like, it's like Kage's working hard to have this read, and Aoi is kind of actually the one that's able to kind of keep this thing kind of on the rails and on her course. So I'd have to say.
Something I learned the hard way.
But I do think that. But I do think that what Laufares was saying earlier about focusing on the recovery is actually but this is a high skill thing. But I think you're capable of the high skill thing. But the recovery hitting thing is a tricky thing. That's like crouch dashing or crouching underneath a high. Evasion is really what he's talking about though, is using evade. And Kage is really good. If you get a successful evade with Kage, so the tips that Laufares says is, one, you should evade to her front if you're gonna evade, right? I would say if you're comfortable doing evade cancels, it's good, then you want to do evade cancels just to lower your risk. But you can't just evade. But when you happen to get successful evade against Aoi, Kage has good things he can do. He can really push her towards the win condition.
PP4P.
Yeah.
PP4P. That's a good one.
It is. Well, even like
on those things, like trying my eBay, the crouch dash cancel, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I need to work on that.
Well, also
when I ask people for tips, I'm like, I was a top player for my region in Tekken, so don't try to give me new advice, right?
Yeah. No. This is so the advice is coming from my matches with like Y2D, right? And what Y2D keeps it very simple. He'll just try to get to your side, and then he has a few moves he'll use because he is going to just keep pressuring you outside, which gives you damage. So Kage gets damage, but he gets carry, what I call carry, because he moves them towards the ring out. And then, but he also can reposition because he's got the forward throw. Like he can like switch positions even from the side with the throw option. So sometimes that's what Y2D will do, is just use that manual throw that gets him to the other side of the opponent, and from that he can do like that. Looks like a chi blast. Looks like Naruto. Looks like a special blast with his palm, right? Because you can do that palm like twice and then punch kick, but now it's like palm twice and then PP4PK or something.
I think sorry, I made a mistake. I meant to say evade to the back, not evade to the front.
Okay. Oh, you said evade to the body, but yeah. So evade to the back. Yeah, evade to her back. Yeah. So evade to Aoi's back. The good thing is most characters evade to the back. There's some characters evade to the front. Most characters evade to the back. So, except for the fact that like Akira is like, okay, I have one move where you have to evade to the front. But so you feel like you should always evade to the back, but if you evade to the back against this move, he might, if he's at your side, he might force you in the back turn throw and you did 96 damage to you. So,
But talking about 4-6 plus
K plus G. Yeah, that move, right? And then he can.
Those 3 buttons.
Yeah, back forward all 3.
That move is insane.
That move is really nuts. Like if you. Yeah, Gentleman Thief is like just try. That's like the whole thing he's trying to do is to land that thing with +7 or +9. It's just like okay.
It's actually my favorite Akira move.
It's really cool. It looks cool. But yeah. But with Kage, he has a good side game. So, and it's not too complicated actually. Now the complicated part with him is I think you've already got this. Maximizing the damage at the wall. Like if you hit them into the wall, making sure you do the correct damage at the end.
Yeah, I always go for the nuke damage.
His 6K plus G is such a good move when you know the places to use it. That thing is just so dangerous. But generically, it's hard. It's just more of like, until I'll have to watch your matches more. But also, I wouldn't know as well as some others, but I'll ask around because I think it's important to know that matchup. But Aoi is scary because of her tools. And now she's a little extra scary because she can get you stuck in an attack defense pattern, That's really rough. And normally Kage is happy with that because Kage is like, if I know you're gonna high punch, I can 3P, you know? And Kage is like, if I know you're gonna low punch, I can 9K plus G. But right now, even Aoi has the ability to do some interesting combos when she calls that out. So, you know, it's just like, okay, you know.
For me, 4-3-P is the Bane of Flying System.
Yeah, but this
It's
is
basically Bane of Flying System.
But-
nullified my complete style of gameplay.
so I'm gonna do the studying for you. How many total frames is 4-3-P, Laufares, do you know?
13.
No, total frames.
No, I don't know.
Okay, so the total frame, her total frames is, oh god, that sucks. It's 39 frames, never mind. Okay, so 39, right? If you waited on the first frame, 39 minus 23, it's a 16. 16 minus 1 is 15 frames. At best, you have 15 frames. Oh god. Okay. So even if you evade this thing, you don't have much. So if you evade this thing, you're doing something like crouch dash 3P. Is one option I do as Kage, just the uppercut. But if you're evading this move, you're mixing it up. You're mixing between mid and throw and maybe something else. Because this move is actually not that punishable on evade. It's like
You can 4PK.
yeah. Well, you can punish it if you evaded it on the first or second frame. A lot of times people are evading this on a later frame. So it depends on the sequence where they're evading against you.
If you evade, I've already tried. If you evade the move
So
really early, it realigns with you. And
well, no, that's why I'm saying just evade it and just force mix up. Like I would just do the uppercut with Kage first, you know, just to see if it works. And if it does, but the problem is Laufares will probably try to evade that. Yeah, but
and meet Aoki and tell him, you know what? Well, gonna butcher these moves. This is specific. Nothing else. Don't touch anything else.
I'll study 4-3-P more for you because later, not right now. I mean, I'm gonna do it right now, but I'm not gonna tell you the answer until later because I'm studying it. But it's like
don't worry, I don't have time to study.
I know. Well, that's why right now there's one thing I test. Laufares, when Aoi does 4-3-P, is she standing or is she crouching?
Crouching.
It's crouching. Damn it. That sucks.
You mean the recovery?
Yeah, recovery.
It recovers standing, but when
No, that's good. That's good.
she crouches.
This is good. She's standing? Okay, good. Let me test something out.
The recovery is standing, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So watch the. So you can you can 4K it. Now that's risky, but you could do that, right? You could, if you can backdash away from her, you can hit her with the 4K. And so, you know.
Yeah. You mean as a whiff punish?
You whiff punish. I mean, just like you said, just whiff punish her. But this is risky. I'm not saying get hit and do this. I'm just saying that the thing is she's pretty stationary. So if you backdash her when she does this, you can just hit her with a high attack even. That said, Kage doesn't get much with that. I wish Kage has to counter hit. Too bad, but Kage can do like backdash into other things. He can do 4-4-6P plus K. He can basically he can zone her out with it. He can play it like Tekken. You know, just make her whiff with backdash.
I gotta have a different approach.
Yeah.
On the matchup. I mean, every matchup is different.
It is, yeah. But if that, so the gist is that if this move is giving you a hard time, just like Pai's double palm gives people a hard time, you evade and apply pressure, or you backdash successfully, hopefully, and whiff punish.
My whiff punishing with 6K plus J. Plus G is on point actually.
Yeah,
right now.
do that. Yeah, just if you. So this is one where it's like if you backdash this move. Now that said, it's kind of hard. But like even if you backdash and make sure that you hit it after she's done hitting with that move, it is punishable. It's very punishable that way. So this move is weak to backdash, but the problem is how close is she, right? When she does the backdash. Now evade doesn't, in this case, this move is not evade punishable properly, unless she was like, if she does like jab into 4-3P, then yes, it is evade punishable.
Yes.
So like if she's doing like that sequence, then yes, you can beat that. So you can just PK, you can 4PK, right? You can do a lot.
In my opinion, it's still a stupid ass move with little to no downsides.
No. This is a real weakness, but the problem is it depends. So evade, it has downsides if he's just doing like jab into it, right? But the problem is if he's like +5 into it, this is a little harder. Yeah. So like it's almost like you have to want to evade throw or evade uppercut. If
Just, at least on my matchup, Kage.
So realistically,
I can really fight Jumanji completely by just existing. It's no downside.
yeah, okay, gotcha. But it is safe to evade it and then do your elbow into Jumanji if you want and play that game. It's not the best, but it's a game and it's solid.
It's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Can't really do anything about that movement.
That's true.
We already tried that movement.
Okay. Yeah.
I got 1,000 matches against Laufares.
But I will tell you this though.
Chanchai is impossible to do anything if I do 4-3.
But if you evade it,
I have 0 options to do.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Okay, so let's talk about conditioning. You're fighting Laufares. This is risky, but basically, if you evade this move, throw her. And if he starts like hitting you out of that throw, you start doing evade into like your uppercut.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's the approach that I'm having trouble with. 'Cause I don't play that.
But you can even do.
I'm always going.
But you can also like.
Into Jumanji.
You can even like evade into like 3P. But you can just evade an attack, whatever attack you want to use, really. She's minus enough that she has to defend, and so you can just try to outthink her. You can just evade an attack, but just try to outthink her on the attack that you're doing. It's just got to be a mix-up of some kind. So evade and that. But of course, if you can backdash, if you happen to see that if you backdash but you saw her whiff this, you just strike her right away. Like something really fast though, because she is going to be vulnerable to it. Because she's standing
In those
there.
cases, I always use 3KK.
Okay.
That's my go-to with punishment. Like if I'm sure I'm hitting, if I'm not, I'm probably doing 60.
Actually, you're right. You're right. When you evade, you should totally do sidekick. I keep forgetting about sidekick. I play Leon. I look at this match a little differently. But yes, as Kage, yes, because if she gets counter hit, you're gonna kill her. And then if she gets wise, then you start mixing up. If she does reversal, then you start doing lows and whatever else. But up to you. Throw is better. But But like I said, mix up attack and throw after evading her. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch the replays with Jimi this week. It's gonna be my week off BF.
So like if you do evade PK, 31 damage, +7, and she's side turn. If you do 4 PK, 43 damage, knockdown, but at least you have Okizeme, and Kage's Okizeme is pretty good. But then again, you're fighting Aoi, but Kage's Okizeme is honestly very good. So Kage can do mid-low, which is a big deal. Laufares, you got to see today how much I did mid-low mix-up on Laufares' Okizeme, and it was pretty good. He did sometimes beat it, but he ate a lot of damage on it too.
He doesn't do that anymore.
There you go. Gotcha.
He simply gets up and defends or evades or does something that's not mid or low.
Now, here's the funny thing too about Aoi.
He already knows that, but that doesn't work.
So here's the funny thing too. At least at -2, if you evade, No. Okay, 4-3-P is funny. You know how you complained earlier that... Okay, you know how this move has like really small amount of total frames, 39 total frames. Okay, because of that, when you evade 4-3-P and you throw her, it's normal throw game. It's not side throw.
Yes, I know.
This is the hell for that move. That's a weakness. That is a really huge weakness. That's a huge weakness. You get to mix up throw against her after you evade, and so do that. You have complete throw mix up. Like I just tested it -5. At the very least, at -5, it's this way. I think if I do... Yeah, regular throw. Yeah, no matter what. -8, -5, even at -8, if you evade this move, she is like... It's going to be a normal throw. So you get to do whatever throw you want. You don't have to worry about side throw game.
That's great.
That's the weakness. You just don't have to. You don't have to press G. You just evade, and that's the weakness. Or make it with.
Yeah, it just means evade, throw, escape is really good. You know, and then you just force Laufares to start using sweep more. So you know.
I prefer 4P. 4P is maybe not.
Yeah, 4P is a cool move though. It's really cool.
I'm gonna go to work.
All right, have a good day at work. Thank you, and Laufares, have a wonderful. Have a good breakfast if it's breakfast time already. So, you guys, you're about 5 hours, 4 hours. What time is it there?
It's here. It's.
Is it 11:40?
Almost. Yeah, almost 12 o'clock.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for your time too. And this was lovely.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Look forward to the fighting, and I will be improving my Aoi matchup too. but we're gonna be improving the matchup together because I think it's a very exciting matchup. This is really gonna push us both a lot. So.
I really think so too. Thank you for the matches, and we'll keep talking.
Okay, thank you for matches. We'll keep talking.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed that video. This is going straight to YouTube, but this was such a fun time with Laufares. I am disappointed that I lost, but at the same time, I had a lot of fun, and we're going to work on that matchup. I think I haven't lost any confidence in my strength, but I didn't get the result today. Laufares is an amazing player, and he's very knowledgeable. And he's very new to VF, so he's absorbing this game like a sponge. But our conversation felt like talking with somebody that has been studying the game for a long time, and that's okay. Everybody studies at different rates and gets strong at different rates. I've seen a lot of players that get insanely strong in a very slow period of time. And some players it's just like it clicks, and then suddenly they're really strong. Laufares just happens to be in the group that kind of gets this game pretty fast. Really probably obsess over the game in a good way like I am. But his detailed knowledge is strong, his logic is really strong, so I think South American VF is very fortunate to have both Soyokai and Laufares, and I think that I think it's to everyone's benefit. I think we're going to keep trying to help everyone get stronger, and ourselves too. And Laufares and I are definitely going to be pushing ourselves to be stronger, because I like his mindset. I think he's the type of player where I could probably spar and chat with for 5 hours straight, non-stop, and play, and we'll work on stuff. And I like that, but no, people don't have to be like that. It's just different friends for different times, and a lot of my other friends have helped me so much even greater on my journey in their own ways. So this made it a really wonderful evening. I hope you all are having a good one. Let's have a great week. We're just 5 days away from EVO, and Sega does have a panel there. I don't want to boost expectations too much. I think I would expect them to release some art, but if they release gameplay, I would be so happy. I wouldn't expect much more than some gameplay reveal, or like that it's alpha reveal. It's more alpha footage. it's going to say it's not finished yet. It's totally not finished yet. There's no way. But it would be amazing if they did that. Now that said, and EVO is a place to do some gameplay reveal. But I don't know the grand plan at Sega. The grand plan might be we don't see actual gameplay until the end of this year, or even sometime next year. But EVO is going to be exciting in Vegas. I'm not going there, but I'm going to be watching it with everybody else here. They're going to have the VF party on Friday, pools on, I think, Friday and Saturday, and maybe the finals on Sunday. However, thanks to Rental Animator and Markman, we now know that the finals will be in the convention hall. You know, I think last year was when the convention hall stayed open on Sundays. Traditionally, EVO would only have the convention on Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday you had to have a special ticket to go into the big venue, the main stage, to watch the finals. Well, now, okay, those main stages are still in that, and you need a ticket for that, but the extended lineup, like Virtua Fighter, an official extended lineup, the extended lineup is going to be showcased in the convention center, on a big stage on the convention center. So players will get to watch it that way. And in the convention center, they get to play more VF. They get to watch more VF. They get to hang out with people that have all the convention center tickets, which is everyone that goes to EVO. And then and they can watch the finals too, probably on the screens over in the convention center. So this is going to be amazing. That's awesome. And what I know, what I've seen, it looks like Sega's got some events they've got in mind. I don't know what, but I know that EVO Japan, they had some interesting events, like players could play and win prizes. So I think there's gonna be more of that. We know that Aoki Seizu is gonna be there. We know that some members of the development team are gonna be there. And again, that I saw that schedule that said that this was like someone had posted online an event schedule for Friday, and it looked like at noon Pacific time, or at 3 p.m. Eastern time on Friday, there's going to be a Sega panel, 30 minutes. Now, 30 minutes is not an hour. An hour is usually where like a huge reveal might go. So the 30 minutes, maybe this is them showing some cool stuff like art, featuring some trailer. Maybe there's a new trailer, maybe a character reveal. But I wouldn't expect too much though. But we will see more VF, I think, and I'm excited for that. At the same time, we'll probably see some new stuff about REVO. Maybe costumes. Oh, I would love it. The costumes is hard. Like, they have to really remake the cloths, and they have to do a lot of work for the costumes. But if we get more costumes, I would love that so much, but I don't know. We'll see. But it's gonna be exciting. Again, EVO is less than a week away, 5 days away. So please enjoy EVO this weekend. Let's have a lot of fun. See you at Chanchai's dojo. And sorry I didn't get the win, but congratulations Latin America, congratulations Laufares for beating the secret boss, which was myself, Chanchai. And thanks for this awesome time. Catch you all later.